We're live, people. We're live. My name is Alam. Welcome to another In Motion Football live stream today. We got lots to talk about. There's lots of Sunday football. Turn this down real quick. Lots of Sunday football to talk about. A big game to talk about today while we watch it with the Niners and the Cowboys. Huge implications for the playoffs there. So stick with us. Stick with us. We will be here the whole time talking about this game. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on replay, regardless of how you're watching it, I appreciate you and I'm asking for your support in the way of likes and subscriptions. Those are very important forms of engagement for the growth of a channel on YouTube. So, man, if you're in here, you enjoy the content, make sure you press that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So yeah, we'll get right into it. The game is starting up right now. I'm going to get this scoreboard up. I'm going to pull my stream of this game up. We're gonna get things started, people. So yeah, if you're watching this, man, get anything you might want to talk about into the chat. Obviously, there's a handful of games I want to get to. Let me real quick just look at the games off the top of my head. Jacksonville, Buffalo, yeah, that's something to talk about. Ravens, Steelers, 100%. Falcons, Texans, kind of, yeah. I do want to talk about Ritter in that game. Colts, Titans, we got to talk about Anthony Richardson and what's going on with his health. Bengals, Cardinals, not really. And then Jets, Broncos, of course, because we got to shit on Sean Payton. That's definitely customary. Shout out my guy Leon, as always active in the chat. One of my guys. Big up, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy day off. Happy long weekend. My guy Leon's out in Montreal. I'm in Toronto. For people who aren't familiar, Monday is Canadian Thanksgiving. So we all get tomorrow off. So today I'm having a great time. Don't have to go to work tomorrow. I'm in here enjoying some beverages and looking forward to a football game. There's also a Raptors preseason game going on. I would be live streaming Raptors basketball on my other channel, Toronto Hoop Talk, but this is a much bigger game, people. This is a much bigger game. We got Cowboys, Niners. I'm looking at it like an Eagles fan. We're either going to have control of the 1 seed, 5-0, no other team being 5-0 in the NFC, or we're going to have a 2-game lead on the NFC East. So either way, I'm eating good in one regard or another. But if I had to pick, I'm looking for the Cowboys to get this win because we get 2 shots at Dallas. We only get 1 shot at San Fran. So I think it's more important that San Fran takes this out, obviously, and they have the better record than Dallas. So this is one of the few times that I'm cheering for the Cowboys. And that's interesting, kind of, because my dad's a Cowboys fan. So me being an Eagles fan, we're almost never unified when it comes to like football. Cheering for football games. So this is a very unique instance where we're both in the same boat. The game is starting up. Let me pull up my scoreboard that I'm going to throw here live on the screen. But yeah, anybody that's in here right now who has something they want to get to with regards to the games today, make sure you get that in there. Obviously, we got a lot of time. So I'm going to kind of just leave the topics for breakages in play. If there's a commercial, if there's a silly review or something for halftime, I'm going to save the topics for them. But if there's anything you guys want to get to, we can definitely do that. On my stream right now, the Cowboys are about to kick off. The kicker is walking backwards. We're going to get this game started. Ray McLeod on the other side to take this kickoff. Kickoffs are a funny thing because I feel like in prior versions of football, it was like it was a hype start to a game. But nowadays they're almost always touchbacks. So it's not really lit like that. And this kickoff is just like all the other ones. It's a touchback. That means the Niners will start at the 25. So Brock Purdy takes the field. Cowboys defense obviously missing Trayvon Diggs. So we'll see how they hold up. I think this is their biggest test. Painful times as a Pats fan. So this is the thing, Leon. It's painful right now. But the way the season is going and the way just generally everything looks, frankly, you guys lining up for a top quarterback in the draft is going to benefit you guys in the long run. Now, shit might fall apart in the short run, the short term, in terms of like you might realize how little you have offensively. But I think the defense is still like respectable. It's tough now because the your main corner is out, Christian Gonzalez is out, and he's playing great. But you'll probably be fine defensively next year. If you have a quarterback that you can build this offense around, it's not the worst thing in the world. So while it is painful times as a Pats fan, if you can just get through this season, next year might be a lot more fun. Face mask to start the game. Dallas just handing 15 yards to the other team. That's a very Dallas way to start a big game, but it is what it is. This is what they do. First and 10 from the 43. Juszczyk gets sent in motion to the right, runs a wheel, and clears out a lot of space for Brandon Ayuk, who gets 9 yards on first down. We got second down coming up. The Niners are already at midfield. Second and inches coming up, so this should probably be a run up the middle. They just motioned Juszczyk into the backfield. I formation. Debo goes in motion. Cowboys defense is showing zone, I think, but it's a run up the middle as everyone would expect. So that's not all that important. Niners offense gets a great push off the line of scrimmage, and that's an easy first down conversion. I do find it interesting how the battle in the trenches go in this game, because I think in both situations, it's vitally important. I think obviously the sample size was small against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game when the Niners actually had a functional quarterback, but they showed in that game that like they struggled with our defensive line and their offense just didn't, even when Purdy was there, wasn't highly functioning unit the way it normally is. Like I said, of course, it's a small sample size. And that being said, the Niners defensive line, they also got bullied in that game. So my thing is just like, as good as the San Francisco 49ers are, I do think if you bully them in the trenches, and this is the case for any team and in any football context, if you bully somebody in the trenches, they're not the same team. And the Cowboys are a team that does have a pretty good offensive line and a pretty good defensive line. So this is kind of like a barometer test for both teams in the trenches. Who has the better personnel on the offensive and defensive line? So far, Niners offensive line doing a really good job with the Cowboys defensive line. On first down here, they kept Purdy clean, but that looks like a fumble. Debo got the ball, took a couple steps, tried to turn upfield, was stood up. Oh, they called that an incompletion. That is lucky. There's also a flag on the field. In relation to the point about the trenches, though, they did keep Purdy clean there. Oh, it's an offside on Michael Parsons. That is huge. Okay, 2 big penalties for the Cowboys to start the game. Again, this is a very Cowboys way to start a big game. Parsons jumps early. It's a free play. I'm surprised Purdy didn't take a bigger shot on a free play, but maybe he didn't know what was going on. But yeah, the face mask on McCaffrey, the 5 yards on Parsons here, that could have wiped away a turnover, because in my opinion, that was not an incompletion. I thought he took enough steps. I think he had control. I think he was doing his part to make a football move. He was held back, but he was trying to turn upfield. I thought that was a turnover, and the offside penalty takes it away. So now you're talking about a 15-yard penalty and a turnover denying penalty. So 2 huge penalties to start a game. So that's bad. That is not good. Niners on the brink of the red zone at the 24. Kittle going in motion. The defense doesn't change a whole lot. Probably a zone. But again, this is 2nd and 1. You're just looking at a running play realistically. McCaffrey gets the toss to the right. And they get good yardage there. So far, Niners offensive line is dominating in the trenches. Every rushing play has a space. They haven't really got to the backfield yet when McCaffrey gets the ball, and Purdy's been clean. So all things considered, they're doing their thing. Cowboys defensive line is a pretty healthy part of their football team. I think they're a pretty important part of their football team, and I don't know how successful Dallas can be as a team if their defensive line isn't doing what they're supposed to do. Looks like Michael Parsons is off the field for 1st and 10 here. With a Micah less football play, Purdy gets flushed to the right, looks at the end zone, finds a wide open Kittle, and that is a touchdown. That is a very casual looking first drive from the San Francisco 49ers. They went right up the field. Obviously, they were aided by some stupid penalties from Dallas, a 15-yard face mask, and an offsides that wiped away a turnover, in my opinion. But yeah, you make those kind of mistakes. You don't play sound, good fundamental football outside of that, and this is what happens. They got pressure, but it wasn't like it's one thing to pressure the quarterback, but if you don't pressure the quarterback like through certain lanes, there's no contain. And Purdy just sidestepped the first guy and walked to his right into a ton of space. And ultimately, that was a very clean play for him. He got to set his feet, drive the ball down the field, put it right on Kittle's numbers, who's wide open. That was a very simple play for San Francisco. And this is what happens, people. This is what happens. Like, big game for Dallas. What happens when Dallas is relied on in a big game? Bad shit, typically. They're saying there's another penalty that's going to be enforced on the kickoff. So this is 3 penalties now. The Cowboys are starting a big game with penalties. For people who maybe are less familiar with the sport or got caught up with the Cowboys hype early in this year, this is what Dallas does in big games. This is why there's a pattern of them showing good signs in a lot of games, but ultimately disappointing at the end. Because this can't be how you start a big game. You can't be taking these kind of penalties. They took Micah Parsons off on that play. The pass rush was respectable. But they gave up a touchdown. Micah Parsons is obviously a huge player on this team, but they can't be that reliant on one guy. Daniel says, buzzing again. 8 wins left. Shout out, Daniel. That's our resident Colts fan. Obviously, somebody who's very excited with Gardner Minshew, given that Gardner Minshew is his picture on his thing. But yeah, no, this is facts. Daniel before the season called for 11-6. They are now 3-2, so they need to be 8-4 down the stretch. And hey, who knows? The Colts look good. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, how I wanted to talk about the Colts game, and the main thing I would talk about is kind of what's going on with the quarterback position, because you're seeing good things from Anthony Richardson, but also he's played in 4 games and he's only finished one of those games. So in week 1, he got hurt at the very end. It wasn't a big deal. Minshew played like the last couple snaps. In the second game, he got knocked out. Then Minshew started the third game. Then yeah, this is no, hold up. They played 5 games. He's missed. Oh yeah, so then week 4 he was healthy the whole game, and then this week, yeah, again he gets knocked out the game. So it's rough and it's unfortunate, and I hate that for the Colts and for him, because like the whole point of this year is development. The whole point is him getting as many opportunities as he can get to get as much experience, to learn as many lessons and make as many mistakes as he can possibly make this year, and to ultimately put yourself in a position to be the best quarterback he can be next year. So for him to be missing time, it really, really sucks. He's a physical football player and like a physical runner. He is not there to shy away from contact, and that's awesome. But this is the risk you run. Now, I think he's been incredibly unlucky, because there's a lot of quarterbacks that play like him and don't get this kind of injury luck. But it just sucks. With the injury that he has right now, I find it fascinating, because it's the same injury Hurts had last year at the end of the year. And I watched the play he got hurt on. It looked like the same play. It looked like the exact same thing that happened to Hurts happened to him. So my familiarity with that situation is that Hurts missed 2 weeks. Then he came back in the 3rd week and didn't look good at all. Did not look like himself. He had the 4th week off because of the bye week in the playoffs. In week 5 and 6, he played 2 playoff games where he looked okay, like he looked decent. And then he got week 7 off, the bye week before the Super Bowl. And then in week 8, he looked phenomenal, had the best game of his career. So that's the thing with Anthony Richardson, is like he'll probably be back in 2 to 3 weeks. But from what I saw with Hurts, he may not look himself until more like 5 to 6 weeks. So again, that just sucks to be missing that kind of a chunk of your rookie year. Um, the irony is that all the games that Minshew has finished, they've won, which is hilarious. But yeah, Minshew is out here getting W's. The Colts look like a respectable football team, top to bottom. Um, I think last year a lot of people looked at their team and said they have strong defensive personnel, but then things kind of fell apart. And I think the coaching there was bad last year and just the situation was a mess as a whole. But now you get a bit of a restart with a new coach, and it looks like the Colts defense, like some of the personnel that we looked at before last year and said this team is good, they look good again. Dak missed somebody right there. Who was that? Ferguson? Or that's the rookie, I think. I think that's the rookie tight end from Michigan. He has a really long name. I don't know how to say it, but he missed him there. He had him. I think he was rushed a little bit. I don't know why. I didn't have my eyes on the trenches like that. But there wasn't a pass rusher near him. He got his feet set. He just missed the throw there. Was a little bit hurried, but that might be self-inflicted. That's a bad miss. 3rd and 9 here. 3rd and 9. You do not want to go 3 and out after the drive that San Fran just had. Dak steps back, looks left, misses. Misses Gallup, but then also like that wasn't going anywhere. That guy's covered by the corner that's guarding him, and there's a safety over the top. That play is going nowhere at all. The hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Okay, I see Murtaza's backstage. Shout out Murtaza, man. What are you saying?
Yo, all good, G. How about you?
All good, bro. Having a great time.
Sir, bro.
Today was good football wise. Tomorrow is a day off for everybody. It's Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'm out here chilling, enjoying some beverages, and just the football as a whole, man.
100%, dog. Same, man. We had some good games today. Some
Bro,
good football, some really bad football.
yep, it was a good mix. It was a good mix.
Yep. At least there was one good game per slate, so happy about
Exactly. Before the game, before Dak started missing receivers, I was talking about the Colts and their game against the Titans, right?
I
And the
heard
game
you.
is one thing, right? Like the Titans are just a limited team and they look like that, right? The Colts, like they look like a competent team that knows what they're doing, and that was cool too, right? But like the thing I mainly wanted to talk about was just like Anthony Richardson and how much it sucks that he's hurt again, and how like did you see the play he got hurt on?
Yeah.
Was that not the exact same play Hurts got hurt on in Chicago?
Yeah, it was similar.
Falling on his side, defender on his like left shoulder, ground on his right shoulder, and just getting squeezed. So they say it's an AC joint, which is the same injury that Hurts got. And I was just talking about how like I think Hurts played his first game 2 weeks afterwards. He only missed 2 weeks, but like he did not look good in that last game against the Giants of the season last year. And then like he had a week off for the bye week, and then he played 2 playoff games, and he didn't look like he looked fine. He looked good, but not like he still wasn't looking like himself until the Super Bowl, which was 8 weeks post injury. So like I'm looking at it with Richardson, like bro, that sucks if he doesn't really like look and feel like himself for 8 weeks. That's half of his rookie year. And like the whole point of the snaps for him this year is like about development. So like that's just a really shitty thing to have happen. He missed one game outright in these first 5 games of the year. So he's played in 4 games. He hasn't finished 3 of those 4 games. So it's like that has to be figured out, whatever it is. It might just be bad luck. But in every game he got knocked out. Again, 3 games out of 4 he got knocked out, and that sucks.
Yep.
That
He's looked good too as well. Like he's looked pretty good, but he's just been hurt. That's all.
Yep. And bro, they just like again, like I don't know. The point of this year isn't to have Gardner Minshew win games. It's kind of just like not what we're here for. We're here for A-Rich. We're here for Ant. The guy showed up with a big ass ant chain. That was kind of wild, but he did that shit.
Yeah.
Also, this is another point. I actually didn't think to talk about this. Yo, Zach Moss hooping like that while Jonathan Taylor gets paid and plays like obviously rust, right? So I get it, but just Zach Moss hooping the way he was hooping the day after Jonathan Taylor gets paid, that's mad funny, yo. Just like welcome to the world of the running back position.
Legit, bro. It was a wild, wild day.
Yo, if your
But
scheme is good and your line is good, bro, a lot of running backs can eat. A lot
oh
of
yeah,
running
yeah,
backs.
yeah.
You
That's why
don't have
it's
to be
like
paying guys 14 million a year like that.
facts. Unless you're Christian McCaffrey.
That's true. That's true. Very, very small amount of exceptions. Look at Derrick Henry's stats today. It's shocking for his standards. Yeah, the Colts linebackers did really well.
What's that guy's name?
Jair?
Yeah,
Jair
Franklin,
Franklin.
right?
Yo, he's the one. Yo, he's been leading the league in tackling for like 2 years. And like sometimes
Legit.
it's a little bit misleading of a stat, but bro, he hits the shit out of people.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what the Niners can do.
Did you catch the first drive?
Yeah, I watched the first drive. They just
look
steamrolled them.
look at how Dallas starts a big game, right? Face mask at the beginning of the drive. The offsides that I didn't get to see a replay, but I thought that was a turnover. I thought Debo I didn't see if the ball was moving in his hands, but I thought he had the ball. It was stuck to his hands. He was trying to turn upfield. He was just being held back. So like I don't know. I thought that was going to be a turnover, but the offsides wiped it out. So I'm looking at like, yo, you got a 15-yard penalty and a turnover wiping penalty. That's a shit way to start a big game, but this is just what the Cowboys do in so many of their big games.
Yep. It's America's
it's the
team,
same
man.
shit, bro. It's the same shit, different week.
It's good. It's great though, bro. It's just amazing to see.
Phenomenal. Yo, they talked about how they're gonna get the offense from Trey Lance and then went 3-0. I mean, like, and then the Niners like drove the whole field.
Yeah, that's funny.
Ooh, then they forced a 3-0. A big swat at the line of scrimmage by Hankins.
Oh shit! Oh, you're ahead now. Oh,
I'm ahead of you this time. Damn,
Yeah.
it's like that. Let me see if the guy behind him was open. This is a bad replay. Actually, Purdy just throws it off his helmet. Honestly, I don't think that ball would have gotten to McCaffrey anyways. But I mean, shit, Dallas gets the stop that they really need. We'll see what happens. The score, it's 7-0. Oh, true. This should get refreshed. There we go. 7-0 San Fran.
You know, you could just click on the game, right? Wait, so click on it
Does
that, and then it automatically refreshes.
Oh yeah, no. So it automatically refreshes even there, but you know what it is like it doesn't automatically start. So if I put it up before the game starts, it won't just automatically start when the game starts. It's annoying. It's stupid.
I like to put up the ESPN one. Let's
see.
The ESPN ones is nice.
ESPN Cowboys 49ers. The fuck?
Just go on ESPN. Just literally type in ESPN. Like go on the website. And then
probably on the homepage, right?
You see it right up there. You see that Dallas?
This one?
Yeah. I just go like play-by-play or box score. It shows you live.
Does the play-by-play continually update?
Yeah, it does.
Dope. We'll roll with that. I think this is cool. Hold up. I'll just frame this part of it. Shout out to Caesar's Sportsbook that's getting random advertisement, but I mean,
hey man,
we'll roll with that.
Sponsor us. Hey.
Yo, Daniel, so we can talk about the Ravens. I was going to save it for a little bit later to maybe wait for some Ravens fans, but we can talk about it. I watched a lot of that game. That was actually such a disgusting game from Baltimore. Like they just threw it away. In a game that's so tight, right? You can't have 2 turnovers in the fourth and then a blocked punt, which is like self-explanatory. But then also before halftime, they gave up the opportunity to kick a field goal while they were up 10-3 to go for it on 4th and 2 and not get it. yo, you like Pittsburgh is too shit to play like that against them. You just kick the field goal, go up 10, and just chill, right? I think they did it twice. I think they gave up the opportunity to kick 2 field goals to go for it on fourth and didn't get it twice. I'm not so sure about a second time, but I know it happened once. So giving up points in a situation like that, where like, yo, you take the points, you go up 16-3, and like it's fine. That was dumb as hell. The turnover is obviously just bad, like just straight up, just terrible. What else was it? It was just, bro, like they just threw that game away. They did really, really bad. And like I look at this kind of a game and then the kind of a game they had against Indy, and it's like I think that they have the ability to be better, but like they also have to get better. It's kind of like how I felt about Philadelphia like a couple weeks ago. It was like, yeah, obviously there's room for growth. It also has to happen because like you
Yeah.
can't keep playing this way. So that's where I'm at. Like they can't be doing shit like that. The fumble, I think the strip sack at the end, the left tackle got smoked. The pick at the goal line was just like it felt like they've never run that play before. Cause the ball, regardless of like great play by Porter, the ball wasn't going to a place where it looked like OBJ was even going to be able to get to it anyways. Like it looks like they've never run that play before and they have no chemistry with it. So that was disgusting. Um, bro, it was one of those really discouraging games. Obviously, they're playing in Pittsburgh, which is a game where Lamar tends to not do well. I don't think Lamar has ever had a really like a great game in Pittsburgh.
He's never had a
But
good game ever against the Steelers, period. Like, you know
there
what
you
his
go. There you go,
passer
right?
rating is always?
What is it?
62.3. That's his like
Damn.
average against the
Dude,
Steelers, like home or away.
dude, it's really bad. It's really bad. So yeah, I'm really disappointed with Baltimore. Honestly, like they should be 5-0. They're not, obviously it's their own fault. It's not like luck or anything, but they had an opportunity in front of them to be 5-0, and frankly, they just fucked it up themselves.
Boom!
You lost to Kenny
Bosa.
Pickett and Gardner Minshew, right? Like you're not, as a Super Bowl contender, you're not supposed to lose to Kenny Pickett and Gardner Minshew. So
Bro,
yeah, it's just like
it's
that's
legit
sorry,
that.
like real quick, like that's the difference
Yeah.
between you look at a team like the Eagles, right? And you can criticize how they play in a lot of these matchups against like teams that they frankly should be doing better against, but they'll win the game still. Like they
Mhm.
will like the result isn't really questioned. But it's just like you might leave the game feeling like, they should have done better. Like you gotta play better. Yo, Baltimore can't be losing these games, especially in a situation like today where they could have gone, I think, 2 games ahead of their whole division and on par with Miami and Kansas City for the 1 seed. The 1 seed is really important. The division is obviously even more important. You just can't be fucking games off like this. And that was really bad, man. I felt really, really like disappointed. They definitely have to be better. They could have gone 3-0 in their division, like Daniel's saying here, with all road games, because that's what would have happened. It would have been their whole division that they beat on the road, 4-1, tied for the 1 seed. And you fuck it off against Kenny Pickett doing stupid shit. It was terrible, man. It was terrible. I'm so discouraged. What do you think?
Bro, I knew this was gonna happen though. Like it was so obvious, bro. Mike Tomlin as a dog at home, it's like you just have to
It's cash
take those
money.
games,
It's
bro.
cash money.
Mike Tomlin as a dog at home is cash money. Mike Tomlin as a favorite away from home, cash. Like you bet against him. It's like it's always like it just is what it is. And the thing is, bro, that play right that led to the pick in the end zone on Joey Porter. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a slot. It wasn't like a fade. It wasn't a back
Yeah.
shoulder throw. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
It was such a bad throw. It was kind of
Mhm.
like I don't know if you watched the Jets game, but
The play that Sertan got the pick on?
yeah, like
Yeah.
it was the same thing. I was like, bro, how are you throwing a fade or a back shoulder inside? You can't. Even if you miss, right, you better miss outside, not inside. Like
The
that's the
ball
worst.
placement is shit, and we expect that from Zach Wilson.
But like Lamar Jackson, like come on
Exactly.
now, you're not even giving your guy a chance. Like
Yep.
you're literally playing, literally playing catch with a DB. Like that's just
Yep.
that's horrible. That's horrible, bro. And I think like they need to look for Zay in the end zone, not like in Mark Andrews, bro. He dropped that pass. He should have caught that pass in
Yep.
the end zone. That should have been a touchdown, and they should have won the game. But bro, the Ravens, they look their defense is good, but
Yeah.
their offense looks horrible. It just
Yeah.
looks bad. Like the only good thing they had was like Lamar running with the ball, Like that's the only thing they had going for them. Like he broke a long one which led to the touchdown, but
Yeah.
other than that, bro, they're a nasty offense still, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Things have to get figured out, and I do think they will. But this was just a shit game. You don't want to see performances like this. But yeah, your
Have
point
they
about
had
them
one
targeting Zay,
convincing
what was that?
performance though this season? Like I'm trying to think.
The Ravens. Let me look at the 3 wins.
I guess the Browns, but they were playing
Purdy
against a
sacked on
backup
first
QB.
down. Yeah, that doesn't really count.
The Bengals, but Burrow was hurt, and like they've been ass as well. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's why, like, again, like, my whole thing is like, I do think they're going to get better. And I do think that they'll be fine in the end. It's just like, they have to get better, though. Like, two things can be acknowledged to where, like, I still feel good about where this team will be in 10 weeks. But also, like, that has to change. It has to change from where they are at right now. So, yeah, that's just what it is. Like, it's something to keep in mind or, like, to keep an eye on with Baltimore. Like, are they actually getting better? Because as of right now, this is not it. It felt like down this stretch with the game on the line, they didn't want to run Lamar, but they couldn't run Gus, which is fine. Like that makes sense. But bro, when your best running back gets hurt and you don't really have running backs like that, maybe they should look to add somebody because it felt like there wasn't enough space for Gus Edwards to even like grind out the yards he would normally be able to grind out, and they just were hell bent on not having Lamar run. So you got to figure that out because the way they were trying to ice today's game was stupid, and it doesn't feel like Baltimore at its best would go about ending a game like that. Too much throwing the football, no ability to run, and then like you said, like when you're throwing the football, like you can throw to guys like Zay more, you can throw to a guy like Mark Andrews more. I think those are the guys in that offense. I'm pretty disappointed with the usage of Zay so far. I think it could be better. I think there's not enough of looking for Zay down the field. It feels like he gets a lot of underneath looks, and I think he's more
Mhm.
than that as a receiver. They may think he has to grow into that, which is fine, I guess, but I don't know. I would still like attempt to at least try it more as he grows into the player that I think we all think he will be. So yeah, it's just like they're fucking up. I do trust them, all things considered, but they're definitely fucking up right now.
Yeah, man. I expected more, bro, from them. Like so far into the season. Like obviously, I didn't expect it to be perfect, but I
Yeah.
expected it to, be better than it is. All right.
Because they have everything. Like that's my thing with Baltimore. I don't think they have like an actual pronounced weakness. If you look at the field, if you look at the weapons, there's enough. You look at the quarterback, obviously you're really happy. You look at the line, it's solid. Um, Obviously, as talents, Justice Hill and Gus Edwards aren't anything to write home about. But we've seen them have a respectable running game with Justice Hill and Gus Edwards. And then you look at the defense, I think they're a little bit banged up in the secondary, and they're a little bit banged up generally, but they still have enough. And
Mhm.
honestly, like I think a lot of what Pittsburgh did is like Pickens just made some plays. But aside from that, I don't think Pickens made some plays, and then Warren was taking random checkdowns and getting 10 yards. But like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's just a bad loss because I really don't rate that Pittsburgh team at all. Even though of course like they have a coach. Yo, is that guy just that offside? Yo, number one is flagrantly offside there. You're behind me, so check that out. Buddy was
Yeah,
lined up.
that's
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 ridiculous.
crazy.
That's crazy. You can't drop 2 touchdowns in a division game and expect to win. Aguilar, Bateman, and
Yeah,
Andrews
hundred
shouldn't really
percent,
be allowed in the building. Touchdowns hitting you in the hands, you can't catch the fucking ball. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
bro. That Bateman one, oh my lord, like that was insane. This guy was a first round pick, bro. What's going on with him?
Of the 8 drops, like who did most of the dropping? Because that part, like, I don't have a tally for who did what, but like that's one of my things about this game. From the parts that I did watch, is that just you can target a guy like Zay more. I think Zay had a drop that I saw early in the game, and then there was a miscommunication between him and Lamar on a play where it looked like he was getting past the zone. But yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, from what I saw, again, like I saw maybe about a quarter and a half of this game. We just don't need that much Aguilar. We don't need that much Bateman. Um, again, there's enough there to, I think, go about the game a little bit better. But like Peter said, like 8 drops is a lot. Andrews had 2, Flowers had 2, Aguilar 2, Bateman 1, Duvernay 1. Jeez.
Hmm. The Andrews and Bateman one were terrible because they were both in the end zone.
The one that Zay had early was like he was thinking about putting a move on the guy behind him. Like he caught the ball, or like he would have caught the ball in space, and if he made one guy miss, he was on to the next one. Then you have Zay Flowers stumbling on a deep right. What a fucking clown. Bro, it was just a rough game. It was a rough game for Baltimore.
Yeah, that wasn't great, man. Defense is good though. Like defense is good.
Bro, the whole
Pickens
team
though,
is
that
the
route
whole
was
team
nasty,
the whole team is good.
nasty.
The whole team is good. It's just about just not doing fuckery. Also, Peter, I think it was at the end of the half where they had 4th and 2, and instead of kicking the field goal, um, yeah, here it is, not taking points at the end of the half. 4th and 2, and instead of kicking a field goal up 10-3, going up 13-3 to the half, they go for it on 4th and 2 and don't get it. Was there another time that it happened where they left points on the field to go for it on 4th? I'm not sure. I think there was I just remember watching another situation and feeling like, wait, why are we not just taking the points here? But yeah, like, yeah, yeah, it was that decision. It was crazy. And again, like, context of the opponent. At that point, it did not look like Pittsburgh's offense was going to do shit. Um, you're up 10-3. A 13-3 lead looks very good. And it just, like, not looking at it like 10 points, but looking at it like 2 scores. The more Pittsburgh has to press offensively, the more you felt like Pickett's going to make a mistake. And that's what you want to happen. You don't want the Steelers offense, like, you don't want the offensive coordinator being able to put the training wheels on Pickett and just keep things safe. You want him to have to cut it loose and try to actually make plays, because that's when the mistakes happen. Funny thing is, the fumbles were accounted. Fumbles were accounted for. Take the points, run the fucking ball with the goal to go after the turnover, and you win the game. Yeah, they tricked this game off. Like, that was my feeling of it. Like, they just tricked this game off. This game was theirs. They didn't win because of stupidity. I kind of felt similarly about the game against the Colts, where, like, I don't think the Colts was so, like, obviously just shooting yourself in the foot, but, like, there's a pretty clear route where the Ravens could be 5-0 right now, and, like, again, the significance isn't that they're not playing their best ball right now, because I actually don't think that matters that much. I just look at it more like you could have 5 wins in the win column, which goes a long way towards getting the 1 seed, which goes a long way towards having a favorable playoff run, right? I care less about how they're playing than I do about them just not winning winnable games when the AFC is very competitive, and home games against a Miami, because who knows how they would play in Baltimore in January in the cold in that crowd. Who knows how they play, right? You want to play Kansas City in Baltimore ideally. That's the thing I care about more, is that, like, the losses to Minshew and Pickett just should not happen for the sake of getting the 1 seed in a competitive conference. How they're playing, like I said, like, prefacing kind of everything that I said about the game, I do think they'll figure it out. I do think that they'll start playing better ball as the season goes on. But man, like, 5-0 was an opportunity right there in front of you, and now you have to hope you get the 1 seed with those 2 losses in the loss column. The ball hit Bateman in both hands. Catch the ball. This is true. This is true. Dude, it's rough. It's rough. The drops
Damn, Micah.
is nothing more frustrating than drops. What do you what did you see?
He blew that play up.
Oh yeah. Yo, the San Francisco line, sometimes they do weird shit. Cause like who was tasked with guarding or with blocking him there?
The right tackle.
But bro, the right tackle took the guy out wide.
Yeah, I don't
So
know,
he was
man.
basically unblocked. Look, think about it. Micah Parsons is unblocked. Think about the play that Purdy got hurt on in the NFC Championship game. Hassan Reddick was getting blocked by the backup tight end. Not even Kittle, the backup tight end.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yo, stupid shit happens with this pass blocking scheme.
By the way, I have the under for this game. The
Yeah,
under is 5-1 in the last 6 Sunday Night Football games.
yeah.
So.
Nah, the under's looking good. Under's looking good. Peter, I don't know if you have anything else to say about that game, but that was just my main. That was like all I really felt about that game. Blown opportunity, stupid way to lose. Still a good team that I think will figure it out.
Oh man, that was yeah. Especially like now, Cincinnati got a huge win in Arizona, so they're gonna get momentum off of this. Let's see who does Baltimore have next. They have the Titans in London.
Jeez.
Ooh,
Oh, the Bengals. Yo, you know what it
no,
is about the
the
Bengals?
Ravens.
Sorry, oh the Ravens, the Titans in London. Okay, but yo, you know what
Yeah.
it is about the Bengals, right? Like, I think it would have been good for the Bengals if this was like a get right game where like they actually started to look right. But this was honestly like a competitive game where Jamar Chase took over, and it's like they're still not getting right at all.
I think it was better though for sure. I watched that
Oh, it
game.
was
I've
definitely
watched
better.
almost every single Bengal game. Like I
Because
think they
yo,
look
like
much better than
at least
before.
Jamar Chase looked good because he hasn't yet so far this year until today.
Oh
By
my
the way, it's
god.
fucked up that the one league that I started DJ Moore in, I ran into Jamar Chase and ETN on the other team.
Damn.
It's real fucked up, man. It's real fucked up.
DJ Moore, by the way, leads the league in touchdown catches, and Justin Fields leads the league in passing touchdowns. So
Oh, it's lit.
for all the haters out there.
It's lit. Nah, where's that picture? Hold up. I believe this has been his icon for like a good 2 months now.
Since March, actually.
Since March.
March 9th, the day the trade was made.
So that shit's been that shit's is panning out now. It's panning out.
Hey, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, this is what it's looking like here. These two comments: the 3 seed because of dumb losses like this, and then losing in round 2 to the Chiefs or the Dolphins. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. It's because like some of the shit that you look at with Baltimore, right? A lot of it is applicable to Philadelphia in terms of you watch the games, and you know the team's not really necessarily always doing the smartest stuff, and like people are making mistakes. We're just like finding a way to get those wins to the point where like you can look forward and say, you know, we'll figure this out and it's fine because we got the wins in the win column. This would be a lot worse of a situation in Philadelphia if we had some losses. And it's like that's more so where Baltimore is, where like they're still in the place where you expect them to get better at this shit, but they're just 3-2 now. So it's rough. Bears winning must be buzzing. Yeah, he's gassed. Titans aren't that good. Yo, the Titans are again just like they fucked up. They fucked up. Not, I don't know. I understand that Mike Vrabel is never going to be a guy that tanks, or probably isn't going to be a guy that like embraces like a reload year. But yo, they needed to trade, I think, Henry Byard, Tannehill, and just really lean into the fact that that roster needs like a really good draft class because that's what needs to happen. I don't think they can add vets to paper the cracks with that team. But that's kind of what they tried to do this offseason after the draft. Bro, yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, one of these things. What? Yeah. Bro, I don't even know what to say. I watched the last quarter of that game. I was highly confused.
Oh my God, it stands.
What did they
Tony
call?
Pollard. It was a
Did they call
fumble
this a
recovered
recovery?
by. Yeah, they did. Fred Warner, man.
Yo, it's really funny how every single Dallas big game kind of goes the same. I'm watching these clips that Peter sent. Okay, so the Zay one I'm seeing here is the second Zay one because I saw the first. Yo, this Bateman one is bad. I didn't see that.
Yeah, the Bateman one's horrible.
And then the Aguilar one, I saw this. Yo, like it sucks with Aguilar, but yo, that shit just happens with him.
You remember
There's,
the
there's
Aguilar
an
meme?
Yep, there's an iconic meme because of him. But yeah, the Bateman one is disgusting. That one is like a cuttable offense. The Zay one is frustrating. The first Zay one that isn't even included here is like probably worse in my opinion because he has a chance to score and he's a little bit too aware of that and just like doesn't look the ball in, literally turns his head while before the ball hits his hands and just fucks that play up. That one was frustrating. But yeah, like think about all the bad things that had to happen for the Ravens to lose this game. Peter brought all these things up. There's 8 drops. Literally, like all these things had to happen for them to lose. That's how shit Pittsburgh is. And this was Pittsburgh at home, Mike Tomlin, right? All that shit in mind. I still don't think that team is like remotely close to good. I think that's one of the like shittier teams. And even like look at what happened to Houston or in Houston last week. Cause like I remember we were talking about that game and Murtaza was like, yo, but their pass rush. And I'm like, no, the pass rush is definitely good. The rest of the team is kind of shit, I think. But yeah, and that's what happened in Houston. They're still that team. Baltimore had to literally like shoot themselves in the foot over and over again. Like shoot themselves in the foot, reload, shoot themselves in the foot again, reload, shoot themselves in the other foot. That's what had to happen for them to lose. They're a much better team than Pittsburgh, man. Much better team than Pittsburgh.
This is George Pickens, man. He took over. Pickens is
even that play, right? Like, you know how unlucky it is for Pickens to get that one-on-one look with that DB, but Pickett to actually make the throw? Because that shit doesn't always happen. Pickens gets those kind of looks routinely during football games. Pickett just typically doesn't make that throw or make it well. It's weird because like even last year in Baltimore, like Pickett made some plays that he just normally doesn't really make. And again, in this game, that throw to Pickens at the end for the deep touchdown, yo, Pickett doesn't make that throw a whole lot. He just pulled that shit out of his ass during that play, which is like the unlucky part of it. Literally, so much shit had to happen for this result.
Yeah, it was wild, wild game.
But yeah,
hey,
I mean, like,
Patriots though. Oh man.
We're lighting up that Patriots pack. If anybody, I mean, the whole football league that had to endure the Patriots dynasty. Everyone gets to spark up that pack. Everyone gets to spark up that pack. That offense is dreadful.
Mac Jones is dreadful.
It's the defense falling off too. That's another thing that because Belichick is supposed to be holding that down. The defense doesn't look good. Mac Jones is legitimately playing like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. It looks like the Niners just fumbled the ball. The Cowboys are
No
signaling that
way.
they got it.
Bro,
They would
what is
have it
this
at their own two
fumbles?
here. For real. For real. Yo, a lot of mistakes in this football game. The Cowboys penalties on the first drive, the Cowboys fumble, obviously, this fumble potentially. A lot of mistakes in this game. Cowboys ball. Referee signal Cowboys ball. I still
Oh
haven't quite
my
seen what happened.
god.
Like, I haven't seen the right replay.
No
Leon says
way.
pain. Our
Hey,
resident Patriots fan says pain.
this is good for the under though. We like it. We like it.
If we lose to them, end my franchise.
Who?
There's only so long a shitty defense can hold on when you've got a defense can hold on when you've got a shitty offense. This is true. I kind of thought, by the way, that the Buccaneers would suffer from that fate in terms of like the offense would just be too shit for a defense to like be enthusiastic about playing football for so long. But honestly, like you got to credit Baker Mayfield for at least the team just being competent, because I still don't think they're like good or anything offensively, but they're competent and like at least that team is still playing football and trying to play football well. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. That's definitely a thing. If you're a defense, right, and you know you can't win a game on your own, like what incentive do you have um to like genuinely put effort in when you know that number 10 is just going to throw the games away? Nah, man, the NFC South is cheeks. Yeah, and I expected Tampa to still fall low, like with given that curve. Keep the curve of the NFC South in mind. I still thought that the offense would be like significantly worse. Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I just like I'll be real. I just did not think that offense would be able to put one foot in front of the other. They got an offensive coordinator from Seattle, and I think he's probably doing a pretty like he's you probably got to give him credit for what happened with Geno Smith last year and now Baker Mayfield this year. Not in the way of like guys looking amazing all of a sudden, but like just guys looking competent who looked incompetent prior to that.
Gallup.
But yeah, the Patriots
Ooh,
are not
almost.
competent at all. At all.
Bro, they like they're cheats. The receivers suck. The running backs suck. Like I thought Stevenson would be good. He's
Yeah.
playing ass.
Yo, you know
The
what it
whole
is
line
too?
is cheeks. The defense stinks. Like,
Yo, it's one thing is that they suck. The other side of it is that they have no explosion anywhere.
oh
None of their
yeah.
receivers get down the field. None of their running backs are threats to break it. Like you can be good, lack explosion or the ability to really stress a team out in terms of like your receivers getting downfield or your running backs breaking runs. Like you can be good, but lack that and suffer a lot because of it, right? To be bad and like provide no threat down the field, it's so bad, man. It's so bad. And the quarterbacks play like shit. And the offensive line is all banged up. It is bad. It is really bad in New England.
Isn't it
Dak
funny
getting
that
forced to his left, 3rd and 2, takes the sack. This has been a dreadful start for Dallas, man.
damn.
Big game Dallas, bro. We know what this is. I thought I was confident against the Colts. Now probably gonna lose that. Let me see when the next Patriots win comes. It's probably the Jets, but let's see if there's any others.
Hey man, not this
Oh,
new
the
age
Patriots
Jets,
get the
man.
Raiders next week. Oh shit. It's
Oh, I don't know
McDaniels
about
against
that.
the Pats.
I don't know if they win that.
Oh, I don't know either. Bills, Dolphins after that, that's L's. And then Commanders and Colts before the bye week. Dog.
They're not.
They
They're
probably
not getting another win till that.
after the bye week, Giants, Chargers, Steelers, Chiefs, Broncos, Bills, Jets. Yo, they're firmly in the race for Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah, the Patriots are like easily in the race for a quarterback.
Yo,
I think they won't get him.
if you're Caleb Williams, how do you feel about going to New England?
Ooh, that's
Like
interesting,
personally,
bro.
how do you feel knowing how dog shit their weapons have been for a good little minute now? Um, how poor their coaching has been on the offensive side of the ball, but how legendary the head coach is, how stacked of a resume he has, how great his defenses have been historically, but how just good they've been as of late. Like, how do you feel about that Kittle touchdown? Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be thrilled. I don't think
Oh,
Caleb
trick
Williams.
play. Kittle. Oh, let's go.
Bro, first play of the drive.
Brock
First play of the
Montana.
drive. So yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles will probably have a 2-game lead on the NFC East. When the Eagles play San Francisco, that'll be a huge game in the way of seeding for the NFC and home field. But bro, this big game, this big game is just like every other one for Dallas, man. He's going to Chicago via Carolina, so none of this matters. Hold up, where is it? Are the Panthers tanking? No, but they just stink. Yo, this is real. This is real. The Panthers are legitimately so bad.
Oh, listen. This is my dream scenario, right? We somehow
Yeah,
salvage the season, get 8 wins,
yeah,
compete for the playoffs ish.
yeah,
How bad the NFC is.
yeah.
Justin Fields is phenomenal. We signed him to an extension. We get the number 1 overall pick. Then you have New England, potentially Las Vegas, the Broncos, Arizona, all
Yeah.
competing for that number 1 pick. Imagine now with Caleb Williams there. Imagine the trades we could make. Like, it would legitimately be 3 first-round picks and like 2 really good players, depending on where you are, obviously. Like,
Yeah, it's probably going to be like the biggest trade for the number 1 overall pick that we've seen yet. But yeah, that'd be crazy. That's a pretty wild timeline. Signing Fields to an extension. How many years has he played so far? That this would be 3 years.
no, wait, not a extension. We just accept a 5th-year option.
Oh, just accept the 5th-year option. I mean, fuck it, why not? Like, if they turn around and like they make the playoffs or some shit, of course. I just genuinely don't think it'll happen with the coaching staff. I think
I
Fields
just
would have
try
to
to
do
think
some
of the
carrying.
trade. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
think
I
of,
mean,
like,
yo, for the trade standpoint, right? Like you got this first overall pick in last year's trade with Carolina, so it's like this would just make that trade exponentially better. Like if you broke down then just how much Bryce Young cost the Panthers, it's crazy.
bro, and we got DJ Moore, who is unbelievable.
Okay,
Like,
adding to the stream, a gentleman whose name is Sports Are Terrible. What's up, Sports Are Terrible?
Hey man, it is what it is.
I get it.
Hey, the Orioles lost as well.
Yeah,
man.
it's over. It's over, boys.
It's Jover, man. It's Jover.
It's over. It's a wrap.
Is it like really Jover like that? Like obviously I didn't watch any of the
We have to
games.
win 3 in a row, and we can't pitch, so it's probably over.
Were the first 2 games in Baltimore?
Yes,
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
it's over.
Damn. I mean, Peter did say last week or on Thursday, I forget when it was, that if the Orioles are down 2-0, he's not going to be here today. And he is. So shout out to Peter for that.
You know what, man? The Ravens loss bothered me a little bit, and then when I saw the Orioles down 9-2, it really bothered me
Yeah.
because we didn't have to lose.
Yeah.
You really didn't.
You've been hammering home the point, too, that, like, you just need one. Like, just one of your teams
Yes,
got
I
to
just
be.
need one team to be good. I
Yeah.
don't even care that like the Suns scored like 50 points in their first preseason quarter. I don't even care. I forgot the preseason basketball like started today.
Yeah.
Like I just can't do this, man. I can't be 12-5 or 11-6 and be the 3 seed. I can't. That's not going to be enough. I can't do that. There's no need. There's no need. The Steelers actually, like, they might have the worst offense in the league. It might be. It's up there. And they beat us. It's unbelievable. But, it's all good. Like, Nelson Aguilar doesn't wake up tomorrow, I won't be mad. I won't be.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm expecting these guys to make like NFL catches. These are high school catches.
Yep.
They're hitting them right in the hands. They're not really under duress, or they're going right through their hands. It's not
Yeah.
like they're trying to make hyper athletic plays.
Yeah.
We had the one with Zay Flowers in the first drive. We had Bateman and Andrews drop the ball in the end zone, right? So you have to settle for a field goal. So you're losing 4 points there. Zay Flowers, he's on Pittsburgh's 31 when he catches the ball. You think we're getting a chance at a field goal there, right? I'm not even saying we're automatically going to make it. Then you don't kick a field goal before halftime. So you've wiped off at least 7 points off poor fundamentals, maybe more, right? Then the ball goes through Aguilar's hands on like Pittsburgh's 25-yard line. So between that one and the Zay Flowers one, we're probably making one of those field goals. You've left 10 points on the board, and that's with throwing an interception in the end zone for no fucking reason. We could have just run the ball, kicked the field goal, and bet that they weren't going to go the length of the field because they had done that at no point previously. Right? And that's with the fumble, and that's with the safety.
Yep.
Like, you can't do that many dumb things in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. All these guys bitch about not getting enough targets, not getting enough attention. They don't want to be prima donnas. And then we put the ball right in their fucking hands. So they just have to catch the ball. They can't catch the fucking ball. And I don't understand that. Like, I've never seen a loss over something so stupid. Usually it's like, it's scheme or it's this or it's that. That was none of this. Like, low-key, Marlon Humphrey letting him score after getting burnt was the smartest thing we did in the second half.
Yeah.
Because at least we got the ball back with a minute 17 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. I was like, played like dickheads, so we're probably not going to score, but, like, we can. But, it is what it is. Cowboys are down 14-0. I can't say I'm surprised. Who scored the first touchdown?
Kittle.
Both.
He scored both?
Yeah, no touchdowns before today.
Doesn't Eddie have that fucker?
Probably.
Am I winning? Who am I even playing this week? I don't even know. Let me look. I haven't opened this app. I'm getting smoked.
The push, man. Fucking unbelievable, bro.
Oh, because I left Justin Herbert in and he has a bye. That's why I'm losing.
Yo, they're really going to try to outlaw that shit, and I'm really going to be pissed when that happens, by the way. That's like some like top-tier bullshit. Welcoming to the stream. We failed Lamar. What's going on, We failed Lamar?
Hey, man.
Why can I not find a good balance in my sporting life? I don't understand this. I don't know. I can't believe we conspired against our quarterback to steal defeat and the jaws of victory. This is a Pittsburgh transition in their modern day history. And what you got to do? You got to super glue the ball into these guys' hands or what today? I just don't.
I just can't believe so many people dropped the ball today.
And then I get online
like one person dropped it 7 times. They all dropped
it.
And
then it's the wrong thing to do is to go online after your team loses, and I'm seeing people blame Lamar Jackson today. I just
look.
You don't deserve him.
Lamar
You
for throwing the ball,
the
interception in the end zone. If you want to blame him for throwing a bad fade route, cool, no problem.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
Cool, he's got to wear that. Cool, he's an adult, fine, all good. But like, let me tell you, if half these fuckers caught the ball, if this coaching staff took the points at the end of the half, him throwing a interception there probably doesn't happen because we're not even fucking trying to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Because we're up 7 points, 10 points, or whatever, right? Even if he does do that, right? And you take the points before half, and fucking Bateman or Mark Andrews catches the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
You don't lose the game.
Yeah.
I don't understand leaving points on the board when you're playing an inept offense and you're up by 7. I don't get that.
Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
Like, I just don't get it. And like, nothing about today makes any sense to me. And I think that's why I'm so annoyed about it. I can deal with played like shit and we lost. It's not like the defense didn't play like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams, like, to be honest, yeah, they got a punt block, but like it went out of the back of the end zone for a safety. So like, who fucking cares, really? And the special teams got a turnover, so like I'm not that pissed about it.
Yeah.
But like, just the guys on the edge, like I thought our running backs ran the ball well. Like, yeah, Ogunjobi made a great play on Justice Hill, so I'm not even really that upset about that fumble. Like, stuff like that happens. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not. I don't know, man. I can't look at these receivers and like, I can't rate them like that if they're gonna do shit like that in a fucking Steelers Ravens game. It's not like we needed fucking Randy Moss and Terrell Owens on our team. Like, I genuinely feel like some of us could have made some of those catches.
Yeah,
And,
it
like,
wasn't. It wasn't.
Yo,
too hard.
it's not even like, oh, 8 drops like needed you to catch everything. Like,
No, we need like 2.
would have been cool. 6 drops and you get the win.
We needed 2 catches there. Like, if Aguilar catches that shit, and if Bateman or Andrews catches that shit, and they kick a field goal where they should kick a field goal, none of this fucking matters.
Yep.
And then the 6 drops get swept under the rug, and the pick in the end zone is really not a problem. The 2 fumbles, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
I can take an explainable loss, right? I can take being beaten by the better team. In the last few years, I think that loss today is up there with the most unacceptable loss in recent memory.
That's probably the worst loss as a Ravens fan I've seen since we lost the divisional playoff to Pittsburgh in like 2010 or whatever it was. When we were up 14 points and we lost, that's probably the worst loss I've seen. Because there was just no reason to do.
I just don't know what as I was watching it, I was going, I can't. You can't. There's nothing that you could tell me. Not even the most optimistic, Ravens fan could tell me, could justify what happened with those plays today. Not taking the points is just whoever decided that should be fired.
Oh, what a catch by Turpin.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Hey, man, how come we couldn't do that shit today, man? What the hell?
Yeah,
but he had to actually like turn his head all the way around to track this in the air and then still like not be out of bounds. And that's mind you, this is a random guy. This is just a kick returner. This guy's not a receiver like that.
Hey, he is now. Fuck it.
Yep.
Hey, good for them. They have receivers that can catch the ball. Must be nice.
I hope he's got a contract negotiations happening soon because that's added a few minutes.
Hey, come to the Ravens, random guy. I'll take you.
Bro. Fades are just.
Oh. I don't.
I'm not even like. You know what? I'm not even excited for next week.
Who are we even playing next week? I forgot.
We played the Titans in a London game.
Oh, I don't even care. Yeah, I don't even care. I can watch it at normal time. I don't even care next week.
I don't like. I'll wake up. I'll probably have it on, but like, I'm not gonna get upset. These guys don't deserve my energy. Not at all. How can they do that? How can they do that to us? I don't want to hear, "Oh, my bad, guys," or "We'll stick together. We'll figure it out." Like,
we tried our best. Oh, shut up, man! You didn't try.
Catch the ball, man. Catch the ball. It's not. It wasn't even like we lost to like Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Pittsburgh. We lost to some random fucking.
Their best player is T.J. Watt. I mean,
it's unbelievable. But on the bright side,
a team, a quarterback that wears 2 gloves, man. That's wild.
Yeah, 2 gloves.
On the bright side, there's only 2 4-win teams in the AFC, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
Uh,
We're just in a fucking pile of shit with a lot of people. It looks like.
hey, Alan, you talk about the it's probably not even surprising, but did you see the Patriots' last 2 games?
Oh yeah. We brought it up a little bit, and honestly, like, there's not a whole lot of depth to talk about.
Yeah.
If you hated watching the Patriots over the last
Hey,
20 years or so, this is amazing.
I have the stats right in front of me. Yo, do
It's
you know
two big consecutive weeks. Unbelievable.
the Patriots have the second worst point differential in the league.
Yeah.
Bro, they've lost the last 2 weeks by a
Legitimately
combined
bad.
score of 72-3.
Max has been benched twice.
They are the
Wow.
only team with the worst point differential in them is the Giants.
Yep.
Good God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somehow the Panthers are not as bad as those two. The
The
Panthers
Panthers
also,
are more competitive than them.
the Broncos also have a worse plus minus than
Yo,
the Panthers.
did you guys talk about that?
No, but let's get to it.
The Broncos lost at home to the Zach
Yeah, we're
Wilson
tired of talking
Jets.
about the Ravens, man. Move on to
Oh, I
Yo.
knew they were gonna lose, bro.
Also, we gotta be honest. The Broncos would be 0-5 and firmly in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes if the Bears didn't try to fucking tank last week.
Yep.
Legit, bro.
Oh,
I mean, we didn't try
are
to
you
tank.
tanking already, Tiger?
No. That was a
You
six
tanked
seed,
already?
man. We would have been 2-3,
what
bro.
happened? I think
2
the
and 3.
Bears had a meeting this week and they realized they actually don't have to tank because the Panthers are just going to lose. The Bears could try and win 12 games and it wouldn't matter.
Oh wait, didn't the Bears make a trade this week?
Yeah,
week?
we traded Claypool to the Dolphins for.
Yo, I don't know why the
20, 25
Dolphins
six.
thought they had to spend draft capital on Chase Claypool, but whatever, man.
Yeah, like the Bears are probably
Chase
going to cut him.
Why does Chase Claypool sound like an evil lawyer from a TV show? I don't understand his name, you know. That's
Yep.
the name. I don't know why the Dolphins did that either.
That's a shady ass white collar name, man.
It is, right? Yeah.
That's
Taking
tax
bribes.
fraud or some shit.
Yeah. You know he's taking bribes or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey, the
crooked
Giants
politician, something
are-
like that.
The Giants are 1-4. They lost by 15 today.
Yep.
They would also be 0-5 if the Cardinals didn't try and tank that one game.
Yep.
So the Giants are on
Yo.
Sunday Night Football next week. Do we have to? Can we skip that one?
We can probably just do a season prediction.
It's Giants
Yeah.
Bills, so it's gonna get nasty real quick.
It's real nasty. Actually, you know what? Next week, let me look at the games. I might
I
just.
do
stream
like
during
to watch the
4 o'clock
Giants
games.
get stomped, though. I do like to watch them get stomped. Though. I do. Gives me
Maybe I
joy
can just
watching them
stream
get
during the
stomped.
4 o'clock games.
Eagles Jets in the late window too.
I might just do that, and like we can talk about the 1 o'clock games during that game. Because
Sure.
man, Giants
After we
Bills is a
beat the
different
Vikings.
kind of terrorism.
Also,
Let me
remember
see.
it's International Week as well. So no soccer.
Let me look at what the. Actually, hold on. What do the 1 o'clock games look like? Because I know
They're not
Surfer, you
good.
brought up doing like a
They are
red
not
zone
good
stream.
outside of Seattle and Cincinnati, maybe.
Oh, you want to do
Okay.
a red zone watch along? You want to do a red zone?
The early games aren't good enough. If there were better matchups in the early game, we could maybe do a red zone stream. But we'll save
Okay.
that for a better week. But I am interested in doing that still. The early odds on Bills Giants, by the way, is Bills by 14.5.
The Giants were 14-point dogs today, and they couldn't even cover. So yeah,
Yep. Some early odds for next week. Oh my goodness. The Panthers are 14-point favorites. Sorry, the Dolphins are 14-point favorites against the Panthers. So that's
the
a
Giants
2
are
weeks
about
in a
as good as
row.
The Panthers.
Bro, that's 2 weeks in a row of the Dolphins being 14-point favorites. Panthers are actually gonna get baptized, man.
Bro, let's see the next time the Panthers could get a win. I
Yo.
don't see it.
Thursday night football, Broncos Chiefs.
That's a no.
Chiefs by 10.5 as of right now. Ravens are 4-point favorites against the Titans. Jaguars 4-point favorites against the Colts. Yo, the Vikings are 3-point favorites against the Bears in Chicago.
Hey man,
That's wild.
the Vikings are not good. So I don't know where that comes from.
Not good, and Justin Jefferson got hurt.
Well,
So
Bertazzi, you're right. The Panthers might win like one game.
Bro, look at their schedule. I don't see it like they're gonna start the season like. Jeez, man. I don't think they
That
get
if they
one
don't win
win.
that home game against Atlanta or that last game against Tampa, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. They
I
might
don't
be
know
the
about
first 0-17 team ever.
because I don't think they're beating Houston.
Oh no, they definitely won't be Houston.
Like I know Houston have a rookie quarterback, but like they're actually not bad.
yeah,
Bro, they almost beat the Falcons at home.
They probably should
The
have.
Falcons are good at home.
hey, okay. Shout out, there's a Sarcasm City raid. So people are out here. 77 people watching right now. Shout out to you guys. This is an
Yeah, what the fuck?
American football channel. We talk American football with a lot of the Sarcasm City family. So if you enjoy the content at Sarcasm City, you're going to enjoy what we have going on over here. Regardless of how much you're interested in American football, this would be a good place to consume content if you're a big fan, if you're somebody who's casually interested, if you're somebody who wants to get started in following American football, but you don't really know where to start, this would be an awesome place to tap into some games with us. You can ask us any questions you might have. But yeah, while you guys are here, man, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Very important forms of engagement for the growth of YouTube channels. We're here every week, at least once a week, talking about the sport. We're also on Sarcasm City on the Kick on Monday nights to talk about football during the Monday Night Football game. So lots of American football content from the Sarcasm City family. Make sure you guys stay tapped in. You see a lot of us on the panel here that you're probably familiar with, and there's a lot of people in the chat that you're familiar with as well. So stay
McCaffrey,
tapped in,
go.
people.
Go Christian. Go Christian.
Yo, it's Packers Raiders tomorrow.
Disgusting stuff. Truly
You
disgusting
guys
stuff.
just want to do the season prediction tomorrow?
No. Let's relax, bro. We're all Raiders fans tomorrow. What the fuck? Like,
Oh,
come
true.
on, Eddie. Like, come on.
Raiders.
It's
Bro.
Jordan Love versus Jimmy Garoppolo. Who's trying to see that?
Bro, we're trying to watch Devontae Adams, man. Come on.
See, no, the thing is,
That's cool.
because
but,
of
like,
what Peter
you're gonna
said,
get
that's
Hey,
why. What?
Go ahead.
No, because of what Peter said about how ass this matchup is, right? That's why we have to not do the season prediction, because that'll take too much time. Tomorrow, I'm trying to be in and out 45 minutes to get through the games and fuck off. You know, like we gotta keep tomorrow's stream as short as possible.
Hey man, I hear it.
Or we had to start a new thing. We do a combined parlay on one of
Gamble
these
responsibly,
streams.
by the way.
Yeah,
A combined
yeah,
parlay
sure.
for what? Like the game going on?
yeah.
So whatever game we do a watch along of, we do a combined parlay of that.
Okay.
Everyone comes up with one pick each, and then like pause.
Do
We
we-
ride together for the picks.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yo, do we get to veto each other's picks? Do we get to veto each other's
Yeah,
picks?
no, we have to agree. Like everyone
Alright,
can like,
fair enough.
yeah.
Okay.
We had to all agree that on each of our picks, like you know.
I hear it, man.
Fuck
that's
it,
what
man.
we
Why not?
do. We will do a second half parlay as we do on every stream in this channel. So
Facts.
Second half parlay, you're nasty.
no, that's the here. That's the parlay on here. But Sarcasm
Ho-
City, maybe we do a pregame, like you know, the whole game parlay.
Yeah.
Yo, that was crazy.
Debo, get in. Oh,
Yo, he got smacked.
All right, guys, stop getting cute. Hand the ball to fucking McCaffrey. All right.
yes, sir. I need it. Anytime McCaffrey touchdown, it's at the 1 yard line. Just get it.
Yeah, I need to see a running back. I need to see a running back do something.
They're gonna hand it to some random guy in motion, aren't they? Nope.
Don't sneak it, you prick.
McCaffrey
Alright,
up the middle
thank you.
touchdown.
Thank
You got your wish.
That's a parlay right there, folks. That is a parlay. Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore. $50. Hello.
This guy's nasty, man. How does he do this? He needs to be stopped.
Bro.
But yeah, guys, if you like the sport, tap in here. We talk about this shit like every week. You know, it's a good place to be.
What did they put a flag for?
If you guys rule this out for whatever reason,
I think they did.
No
well,
way.
not
I think
good.
I heard the flag is after the score
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah.
I think it's taunting or no, like unnecessary roughness or some kind of shit like that.
I have a DM request for 16 days in the app. The hell? Oh, it's for a trade. I don't give a shit. That the fuck? Oh hell yeah, it
Yeah,
counts.
it's after the play.
We'll take it.
So hold up,
Yeah,
how
guys.
many drives has San Francisco had in this game? Like
On the-
5?
On the bright side, the NBA starts in a few weeks.
Did he just slap him? On his, did he just slap his head? Well, I got to word this very carefully because it's going to come out wrong. Where I said that guy just slapped the other guy in his helmet. Pause.
Hey, you were
what
very
did
careful about that. I made that mistake a couple weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? So that you didn't have
Yeah.
to make the mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have got. I would have originally said, "Did he slap him?" Major pause. So
Wait, what?
But yeah,
Never mind.
bro, basketball in a couple weeks. Now, I'm excited for the tournament, not as in I'm excited for the tournament. I'm just excited to see how that goes. Like I am excited to learn how I actually feel about it, having
Yo,
experience.
the in-season tournament.
Yes.
I don't like how they announced the event and didn't give us a fucking any sort of logistics to it. I don't like
It
that.
felt really super leaguey in that regard. Like, hey, we're doing
what-
a thing. But any
what
details?
happens?
Nah, we're just doing a thing.
So what? Because I haven't read this properly. So what does the winner actually get out of this?
Money
Is that it?
and a trophy. And
No,
a trophy. Money and a
Not
trophy.
not like a not like a
Yes, they're
seed
giving
or,
a bunch
you
of
know,
players with guaranteed contracts more money.
and franchises as well, guaranteed money. You know, like,
I suppose.
Really? I mean, what's the different preseason games that they're playing?
So the thing is, the quirky part about the tournament that I figured out is that like the tournament games count towards your regular season record, right? So technically, every team has
Oh, okay.
78 scheduled regular season games, and that's accounting for
Right.
4 tournament games that you're guaranteed to play. So that's what adds up to 82. And then essentially, when you're in the knockout round, that matchup in the knockout round, that's gonna take a game out of your 78 games. So like the tournament games count towards your regular season record, which is what helped me figure out that like the whole fucking purpose of this is just to make the beginning of the regular season slightly more interesting than it has been in the past. Because like I think opening night has been cool for the NBA season. Like that Thursday, you get a couple good matchups and people are excited for the beginning of the year. But that excitement dies down like by Saturday. It's not really lit anymore. Like after like the first 2 nights. So I think this is the way of like trying to build intrigue for like the first couple weeks of the NBA season. And that's why I said like I'm excited to see like how it goes, just to see how I feel about it. Like I'm gonna watch
Right.
those games and I'm gonna see how I feel.
It goes opening night, then Christmas, then really the season kicks in after the All-Star break, really, doesn't it? You know, it's
Yeah.
like-
Yo, the
Because that's
trade
when the
deadline
trade
is when you
deadline-
really
trade
figure
de-
out like
trade
what your
deadline
rooting
is,
interest
yeah.
should be.
Mhm.
There's I was looking at tickets for a Clippers game, and one of them I selected was like in the fucking in-season tournament.
Yeah. Was it
But I don't
expensive?
know. Nah, it's fucking Clippers game, dude. Let me try and find it. I think it's Pelicans on November 24th. The tickets I'm trying to get are like kind of at like eye level with the court, and they're pretty
Yeah.
cheap. So I was just gonna run it and just get them. I don't know. It's like a Friday
I can't wait till we
7:30
do.
game.
Dude, why
I
not?
can't wait till we do the preview. I can't wait till we do the preview and Cos does the yearly Clippers going to win it.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you know what it is, right? Like My first like introductions to Kozilla was just about the Clippers, right? So I heard all his Clippers stuff, and I just figured that like the optimism was just Clippers fandom because like you're a Clippers fan and you have like good players, so he's just optimistic, right? I never really figured out Kozilla's like thing until I heard him predict 4-1 Chelsea against Liverpool for the opening match day, and I'm like, oh, this guy just predicts what he wants to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I fully know now
there's
what
no
to expect
logic.
from
There's
Kozilla.
no logic.
Yeah, I fully
There's no
expect now
logic.
basically the 4-1 Chelsea over Liverpool, like equivalent of a basketball prediction for the Clippers. And I'm ready. And I'm excited, actually. I think it'll be fun to be around for.
Yeah, man. And just in time for the yearly Kawhi choke. We'll be there.
100%, bro. That guy's knees are going to fall apart again. It is what it is.
Oh, Pollard, man. Gotta do better.
Yo, did Dak fuck his middle finger up?
I think they were looking at it on the sideline just previously.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, Dallas, big games, they all go the same. They all go the same.
Bro, I don't know, like, it's just why people had hopes for Dallas this game.
It's Dallas, right? You know what I mean?
You're asking why people have hopes? Because they're like the biggest supported team in the league. What a stupid play.
Yep.
What a stupid, useless play that was.
We're really throwing it short to non-explosive tight ends in like high leverage moments.
What was that?
You throw it to a guy who takes, and he can't even turn because he gets swamped. So you lose your. Honestly, I don't. You might
at least give yourself a chance.
You might as well just run it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That would have been a better use of that entire play if you run it yourself.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to just kind of go to NBA games casually. Like I see a Memphis Clippers game on Sunday, November 12th at 12:30 my time.
Yeah.
I might have to pull up.
You should. You should. It'll be fun.
Honestly, I could get like pretty good tickets, like like 2 sections above the Grizzlies bench for like $60 each.
Yeah.
I might have to do it.
It's like Timo saying Lakers will go 21-4. Yeah. Yo, like it's real. Like Kozilla, he's got, I think a little bit more like his opinions are kind of as closer to Fatur's than he'd probably be comfortable with, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
When it comes to their predictions, their two cheeks are the same as these two men. When it comes to their predictions.
Fatur was telling us the Lakers would beat the Bucks in the finals. It's all good.
The way he went, Lakers go 21-4, and they went 4-21. You couldn't have called it.
Yeah.
You could not have called that. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever witnessed. Ever lose, they have a losing record, but for him to actually predict it, but it happened in reverse is just some. I just honestly,
if he was an NFL fan, he'd definitely predict a 17-0 season. Like 17 games is so small of a window. Like the potential for fuckery, it's so high.
What NFL? Knowing him, what NFL team do you think he picked?
Cowboys, to be honest. Like I feel like that makes the most sense.
I agree. He wouldn't look at any. He'd just look at who's the most popular NFL team, and the Cowboys will pop up and he pick them. Yeah.
And he would basically run with like fuck Stephen A. Smith the way he still runs with fuck Skip Bayless. It'd be the same shit. We know the playbook.
We know the plays.
He'd be a Patriots fan. Fatur would definitely be a Patriots.
There's no
fan.
way that guy is not gonna support a team that's just abjectly horrible. He only does that for Chelsea.
No, like I'm trying to.
That's the thing. He would have been a
The
Patriots fan
racismos.
during the racismo. That's mad funny.
Hey man, he did say Tom Brady was his favorite player.
He did
So,
say
like,
that,
That's
yeah.
real nasty. That's real nasty.
Maybe be a Bucks.
I don't get having Tom Brady as your favorite player.
For real.
Like unless you're a Pats fan growing up, like I just don't see it.
That's
It's probably because it's the only one he knows.
But like come on, like he's not. There's no drip to him. He's not cool. He's just a family man who's just really fucking good at football.
See, like knowing Timo, I feel like he probably like found Tom Brady through his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was probably like
Hey, big
creeping,
up, man.
like probably
You know what?
creeping his wife, and they figured it out.
You know what? That's not a bad hypothesis.
I think that's probably what happened. But yeah, take care, man. As always.
So Niners got like 3 timeouts under 2 minutes.
Bro,
Fuck
there's
around and put
over
this game away.
60 people in this and only 11 likes. Bro,
Yo, what is
make su-
this?
what's going
Bro,
on,
what is
bro?
this?
Hey, the people who haven't liked, have you at least disliked?
Facts. Pick one or the
Just,
other.
or like subscribe, like please. Come
Facts.
on, bro.
What is this?
Hate watch.
What is
Hate
this,
watch if you want.
Is this like a Ravens red zone conversion rate or something? What is this?
Hey, man.
You know,
The funny thing is, our red zone percentages was good until today.
What is this Nelson Aguilar trying to catch a ball conversion rate?
Hey, man, respect.
oh man, why would you say that?
That's my guy. That's what do you mean? You won a Super
I know,
Bowl.
but why would you self hate yourself, man? You know what I mean?
Bro, that meme about like he
It's
just
the
saved
greatest
a baby.
meme ever.
He saved a
Sir-
baby from dying, and the first thing that came into
He
his
did
head
was
was
shit on
Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar. Surfer, have you seen that meme?
No, what meme is it?
So a man in Philadelphia was, I think, beside a burning building, and then somebody dropped a child from a window into him, and he
Yep.
caught it. Right? They
Yeah.
interviewed him on TV like the hero he is, and he basically said one of the first opportunities, like to speak on into a microphone on national television. He's like, yeah, like at least it was me there and not Aguilar. Like he would have dropped that kid. It's just one of the greatest memes ever, man.
Right. Why am I not surprised, man? The Philly fans are built different. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They booed,
He's like, at least
they booed
it
a
was
guy.
me,
They booed a
not
guy.
fucking Aguilar.
If a guy came out and said he's doing it sooner, do you know what I mean? That's what these type of guys are. Yeah. Should have done it sooner, you loser.
Yo, and the irony is that Aguilar got caught 13 passes in the Super Bowl win, which is the most random thing to happen in that game, was that he actually was able to look 13
Why are
passes.
these guys running the ball, man?
Oh, you're right.
Running the ball
What's
and taking timeouts.
No,
So
but why?
basically, this what have you done? What have you done for me lately? That's what I think. That's what that fan
Oh,
was
Dallas
thinking.
took the first time out.
Guys, why is San Francisco trying to not push the envelope here?
It's kind of weird. They have a pretty good opportunity.
Did they get the ball first?
Let me check.
No, Dallas. Remember Dallas? No, did they?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. I just turned it on. It was 7-0.
San Fran started the game with the ball, so Dallas gets it after halftime.
Okay, so you're not gonna have a chance. I don't get this then. I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on here, Shanahan. You're supposed to be a genius.
It's passive for no reason.
Exactly.
Like, why are you scared of making a mistake? You've only made one so far in this game, and it wasn't Purdy's fault.
You don't even. You had like 100 seconds and 3 timeouts. It's not like you had to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Now they dropped the ball. So now they got to give it back.
Oh, come on, man! You should have done that from the beginning. When you have 2 more chances. For Christ's sake! Now they're going to go off. For Christ's sake! What a waste.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Yeah, that was a weird way to go about that possession. Now Dallas,
None
like,
of that made any sense. Let's just be honest about what we saw here.
they're not going to do it, but Dallas really has a chance to score twice now in a row.
Hey man, you never know.
Wait, so Turpin didn't return that. They got Deuce Vaughn too. Yo, Murtaza, did Turpin get hurt?
Yeah, he had his helmet off on the sideline and shit.
True. Okay. Well, goddamn.
Yo,
Yeah, we're at a commercial break, people. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. What were you saying, Peter?
I was gonna say, like, I'm seeing a lot of talk about, because I follow a lot of Chicago sports people on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing a lot of talk about what the Bears should do with the number 1 draft pick if they have it, if they get it
Yeah.
via Carolina. And people are talking about trading it, and I'm like, I just completely disagree.
Depends though.
I
I'll
think
be
he-
real.
I
I don't
think
think it depends.
I don't think it depends
What,
either.
what
I
if
think
we what if we win 12 in a row from here? It doesn't depend. Like,
yeah,
what
if
do
they
you
don't
mean?
win, if they don't get to the Super Bowl, I think Fields is gone.
I don't know.
Let me put it this way: if they don't get to the Super Bowl, the GM should be fired, the coach should be fired, the quarterback should be traded. Not because they're all underperforming, but because the unique opportunity you have with that number one pick.
Yep.
If there was no Caleb Williams, then absolutely I'd be trading that pick and building around Justin Fields. Absolutely. Right? If for whatever reason the Panthers get their shit together and win 3 or 4 games and you have like the number 4 pick via Carolina, then yeah, I'm fucking trading that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trading Drake May, but like if it's Caleb versus Fields, I'm taking Caleb.
Yes.
Mm.
I think best case scenario for the Bears, Fields continues playing like how he's playing. They win 7 or 8 games. His stock is high enough that a team trades a late first for him or like a mid first for him. Because like you think about it, right? The Falcons probably are gonna need a quarterback.
Yeah.
The Patriots are gonna need a quarterback. Cardinals will probably be a bit high up, but they're gonna need a quarterback.
Raiders.
Raiders are gonna need a fucking quarterback. Titans are gonna need a quarterback.
Yeah. Vikings.
Vikings are
Vikings.
just gonna need to
That
do
won't happen though.
something, but they probably won't do that. Yeah, like there's a whole like Justin Fields. It's not like he'll go be a backup and will never be heard of again. He's played well enough to get another chance somewhere.
Yep.
And it's not that I don't think he deserves to be a starting quarterback in Chicago. I just think with the number one pick and a unique proposition like that, unless a team wants to give you like all their draft picks in this year's draft, then like I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Deep shot by Dak, throws it out of bounds. Beauty. Yeah, I'm. That's where I'm at with it too. You take Caleb Williams and you figure it out from that point onwards. I don't know. I just don't think you pass up on that kind of potential, that kind of opportunity. You also get a chance to reset the like rookie contract, quarterback on a rookie contract.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's cool as well.
What
right?
I don't want them to do is win 7 or 8 games, keep the coaching staff mostly intact, and keep the GM and only have Fields be the sacrificial lamb.
That's true.
If he has to go, they all have to go.
Yeah.
He should be the last one out of the door, but they all probably need to go out of the door, if that makes sense.
I agree.
I don't think I'm not as low on the GM though. I think he's done a decent.
I wouldn't be mad if they kept Justin Fields, traded the number 3 pick, and fired the coach. Wouldn't be mad. But I don't know. Like I'm of the belief if you're going to bring in a number 1 overall pick, and you have a GM who's not really on the most solid footing,
yeah,
just start over.
Yeah, I agree.
Get ahead of Caleb Williams' first year looked pretty good. We don't know. We're ripping it down to the studs again. Like, start that process a year earlier.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of GMs will do is they'll chase a lot of like short-term fixes to try and save their job, and they'll use all your fucking cap room.
Yeah.
And then you'll end up in purgatory. Like, the Bears have all the cap space.
Yeah.
They will be fine. Now is the time to pivot if they want to pivot. Don't get fooled by like a couple like solid wins.
Dak scrambles around and takes a bad sack. This drive is going terrible.
Yeah, this is not going well either.
This drive is going terrible.
The thing is, though, it's Dak Prescott. You shouldn't be surprised.
It really shouldn't be.
I'm not surprised.
I think it's just our hope to make this game a bit more exciting.
But yo, Murtaza, for what it's worth, I really don't want Caleb Williams on the Bears because I want him in the AFC. Send his ass to the AFC where all the other good quarterbacks are. So for what it's worth, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Trade that pick. Get him to New England immediately. Get him to Tennessee immediately. Get him
Somebody
to
would
Las
throw in
Vegas.
some ignorant trade package. Though.
Yes. Get him to Vegas immediately.
And I'll be honest, depending on what it is, you might be able to talk me into trading it.
Like, I'm trying to think of because there's like a pretty standard benchmark for a number 1 overall pick, and that's basically 3 first-round picks and change. In the case of that last trade for Bryce Young, DJ Moore was in place of a first-round pick. Like, I want to see how far the envelope can get pushed. Like, can we get to 5 first? What does that even look like in the NFL? I have not seen an NFL team part with 5 first.
I'm telling you, a team's going to trade all of their 2024 draft capital for Caleb Williams.
Bro, like something wacky is going to happen. And I just want to see what the limits are because NFL is very formulaic. And there tends to be a format and a blueprint for things.
That'll be up there with the legendary the NFL draft thing, and the Saints drafted all of their capital for that. It was in late 90s or something. Ricky something.
Ricky Williams?
They basically gave up every single pick that they had for one player. That's gonna be if someone does that, they'll be added, and it doesn't work out. They'll be added. They'll be added to that list, like that video.
Yeah, I think the Vikings did the same thing, trading everything for Herschel Walker, and then the Cowboys built a dynasty out of it. So it's happened before. It'll be interesting to see if it happens again with Caleb Williams, and again to what degree. Because in theory, this should be whatever the biggest trade compensation is. And we'll just see what that is. Again, will a team get pushed to 6 first? I don't know. What happens? What's the limit? How crazy is a GM willing to get? When it comes to something like this, I would also survey the league for job security when it comes to these kind of
you've got to have
these kind of GMs.
Someone's got it can't be anyone is at risk. It has to be someone.
Think about it though. If you think about it, New England, right? Belichick has about as much job security as one person could have. He could just be fuck it, we go. I don't even pick well in the first round anyways.
That would totally go against basically it'd be against his entire career.
Yeah, so it definitely would, and that's what I think is interesting because it feels like the way things are going as of late in New England, he needs to do something that goes against his whole career because what's in accordance with his career has led to some pretty ugly years for about 3 years now. It'd be interesting to see what that is.
Let's face it, right? He needs to win one more Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He needs to win one more Super Bowl to say, I did it without Tom Brady. He needs to win that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, his legacy, because Tom Brady's already won a Super Bowl without him. So he needs to win that Super Bowl.
I don't even think he needs to win, to be honest. I think he needs to have the team looking respectable and competitive, and they're not. The Patriots are irrelevant. They just need to be relevant again. They don't need to win. But you can't be fucking 6-11 every year.
No, but I think for him to listen, he's still in the conversation to the greatest coaches of all time. There's no doubt. Well, he might still be the greatest coach of all time, but there'll still be in fans' minds going, yeah, but could you win it? Could you won it without Tom Brady? Do you know what I mean?
I get that criticism. I just think the fact that they're not winning is one thing, but they look horrible.
Yeah, but I just don't see him doing what his personality won't even if he's desperate to win a Super Bowl, won't give up.
Oh, he's absolutely probably desperate to win a Super Bowl. I just think if he gets them,
he won't give up a huge trade package.
If he gets them 10-7, 12-5 every year, consistently in the playoffs towards the back end of his career, I think people will consider all right.
Bro,
he's still Brady. It wasn't him, but he's still a good coach. You know what I mean?
In NFL terms, he's like the lottery winner that still uses coupons. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He is. He just is, and that's fine. But it's and then how long does he want to go on for? Do you know what I mean? It's not
He'll be there for 2 more years, I think, for sure, because he's chasing the record for most wins, and he's on track to get it not next year, but the year after. considering how shit his team is. In theory, he could maybe get it next year if he was winning like 10 games a year, but that's not gonna happen. So hold on. Leon says, I don't believe he needs to win a Super Bowl to say that Brady was the reason for everything. I unpack that. Why do
All
you
right,
think that's the
listen. I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, while he'll still be in conversations for the greatest coach of all time, no problem. He'll still be in the back of people's minds, going, "Yeah, but could you have done it? Could you have done it without Tom Brady? Because Brady's done it without him." It's a genuine conversation to have. You know what I mean?
I
It's
agree.
Like,
I think people are going to tear him down a little bit to a certain degree if he doesn't even come up with like an impressive playoff team without Brady.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the same with like to a lesser extent, it's the same with like Pep Guardiola, right? Could he win a Champions League without Lionel Messi? Right? Lionel Messi won the Champions League without him. It's sort of like that. He needed to win a Champions League without having Messi in his team, and he did it. You know.
Yeah.
Now there's no like conversation about that. Do you know what I mean? Oh no, he's done it all now. But Bill Belichick will still be in the conversation, if not, he is the greatest coach, one of the greatest coaches, whatever you want to say. But you'll still go, yeah, but you know, was it him? Was it Tom Brady? It's both. It's both for me. It's a collaboration, but you know,
Yep.
one's gone on to win a Super Bowl, and one hasn't yet. So.
That's my thing. Like, I don't know if like tearing him down is the right thing necessarily, but it's gonna happen,
Yes.
I think, because it's not just the fact that you're not be able to win a Super Bowl. It's the fact that you're not even able to put out a team that people like respect at all. Because that team that made it to the wild card game round against the Bills in the first year post Brady, I think that was.
Yeah.
Yo, the Bills did not punt in that playoff game. The Bills
That
played
was
them in
2 years post Brady.
That was 2 years post Brady. Okay, cool. The Bills did not punt in a playoff game against Belichick's defense. That's not a team that anybody cares about or respects. These last 2 years have been dog shit. It's looking real rough.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, they just stink. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And how could you get 72 for 3 in the last 2 games? You know.
See, the thing is with Belichick, like, as a coach, I think he's done enough to like be in that conversation because it's not just the Patriots. Like,
Yeah.
he had the second best defense of all time in the Giants, you know? So, like, he has the credit in the bank even without the Patriots because
Yeah.
that 86 Giants defense is the second best defense ever behind the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so as a coach, he is solidified. It's just, I think there's no, he just has a love for the game. That's the only reason he's going because there's nothing like left for him to prove. Like, you know, he is the greatest coach of all time. Like, there is no one better.
Nah, he wants that record, dude. I hear it.
Oh, he wants that record for sure. And I think personally, because the owner said it straight up, right? We've never heard Belichick actually speak on this. The owner has said, like, I told Bill, you got to get one. So that's what you know that's the mood. You know that Belichick feels internally like it's not going to be right if I don't get one on my own.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even necessarily talking about the reality because like Murtaza said, like the reality is his resume speaks for itself. And like, this is ultimately sports at the end of the day. It's ultimately about winning at the highest level. And he's won at the highest level to a higher degree than anybody else by a lot. And that cannot be taken away from him. But then there's also just like the fact that people will like take the certain chinks in his armor and try to poke holes against what he's done. And like that conversation, I don't think will ever die down the way things are going right now. Cause like people always talked about how dog shit his coaching tree is and like talked about how like, you know, the formula doesn't work outside of New England. And now we're kind of seeing the formula doesn't really work in New England either, absent of like one player. So yeah, I just think those things will always be talked about. Like I said, it's not about it necessarily being valid because his resume can't be taken away from him. But from his position, he's not going to enjoy the fact that people have kind of some ammunition against him. So because it means a lot to him, regardless of how you feel about how like real or valid it is. It's going to mean a lot to him personally. If Brady went back to back, I'll probably consider that Brady was the sole reason for the dynasty. Oh, I think there's no circumstance in which it's fair to say that Brady was the sole reason for the dynasty. I think like if you get basically all-time defense runner and all-time quarterback, you have basically like a duo that's unstoppable, and that's really what it is. So it's like you can't necessarily look at one. You can't look at it and say one was the sole reason, but like you can acknowledge that the duo was like obviously legendary, and then say, okay, when the duo splits up and now they have to try to figure it out as individuals, who had a better success, like who had an easier time, and whose way of going about things was easier to replicate. Brady walked into an organization that had a good team, but had no like know-how or experience or anything in the past that like showed that they could do it at the highest level. And he showed up and he brought, Brady shit with him, and it worked out at the highest level. What we're seeing with Belichick is like, and mind you, like the book isn't written yet. Like there's still time in the future. We might see him put together another good team, but we're seeing he's having a harder time replicating his side of the bargain and figuring out somebody that can do the other side, or adjusting his side of things to accommodate for a lesser other side, So that's like always going to be what people bring up if things continue the way they are right now.
No, 100%, bro, 100%.
But yeah, people, it was an interesting Sunday of football. Murtaza, anything else to talk about? You guys want to talk about Jaguars Bills?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did you guys watch that game? Because I watched the whole game.
I watched the second half.
The end of it.
Yeah, I forgot they're in London.
Yo, like, I don't know. I just think it's really kind of mind-boggling for how long the Bills haven't really been able to run the ball, and they haven't bothered to address it, because like, of course you can't fix it overnight, but there's been a lot of nights now. I feel like it's been clear if you watch the Bills play that like, because they can't really run the ball reliably, their formula for winning games is Josh Allen playing phenomenal, and you just can't really rely on one player being phenomenal all the time. And I think like their season thus far is kind of indicative of that, because you've seen some like pretty extreme ups and downs. I think their first week was a terrible week. The next couple weeks were cool, and then obviously last week was a huge win. It was awesome, like one of the better wins of the year in football generally. And then you have another really rough loss here. And there's caveats because, the Jaguars are more experienced with the London games. They've been in London for over a week now because they played in London last week. Better adjusted, whatever, right? But like, this team just has one way of winning a football game, and that's Josh Allen showing up and making plays.
I don't think the better adjusted thing even applies. The Bills didn't fly over there till Friday morning.
Fair enough.
They said it on the broadcast. I'm like, wait, you guys went across 5 time zones like 2 days in advance? Are you crazy?
That's mad. That's absolutely mad.
The Ravens, like, for example, right?
Yeah.
The Ravens are playing Sunday morning next week in London. They're flying on their off day tomorrow.
As they should.
Yeah. They're just spending the whole week over there.
Yep.
I don't know why these teams treat it like a normal road trip. It's not.
That's idiotic.
You're going across the time zones, and you're going forward in time.
Yep.
I thought I read somewhere that I think the Bills traveled on Thursday.
Okay, so they landed Friday morning.
Yeah. So you're still working on your own time from behind, and like you're playing 9:30 your own time, which is you never do otherwise, right? Like that's something that should be adjusted for. You should get used to it, but that's not a good thing or smart at all. And then again, like with all that being said, you still had opportunities in that game to play good football at any point, and like I feel like they had one good drive, and I don't know how many drives they had in the game, but I feel like they stacked together 8 bad drives at least. So it
Yeah.
was bad. It was bad. They played a bad game, and this is just like it's kind of why with the Bills, I have a hard time like coming up with new things to say because they're more or less the same team over and over again. I know them and the Bengals are the two teams that had that most continuity from their rosters last year, and it kind of just feels like we have the same story. Like when it comes to the Bills, you ask yourself a question: is Josh Allen going to play pretty well? If yes, they'll probably win the game. If not, they'll probably lose the game. It's as simple as that.
Wow.
And today he didn't play particularly well, so therefore the Bills' offense didn't play particularly well, and the Jags' offense did more ultimately. Right, the Bills' defense actually forced 2 turnovers from the Jags when they were in field goal range, and the Bills' offense still couldn't get it done. So, yeah, I think when it comes to like the story of the Bills, it's the same thing of I don't think they can win 3 or 4 games in a row in the playoffs, which is what you need to do to win a Super Bowl because they're going to need Josh Allen to play 3 or 4 really good games in a row. And even still, they could lose a game where he does that. So, yeah, I just same old story with the Bills, same old team. From the Jaguar side of things, I think they look better. But even them, like, I don't think Lawrence played all that great. I thought ETN had a great game. He was like the difference maker for them. But yeah, you can tell that they just like they were just up for it much more. They've been in London for like 10 days now. They've played a ton of these games. They kind of know how this deal goes, and they got the well-deserved win.
Man, I don't know, man. The thing is, like you said, bro, not having a running game, you need Josh Allen to be spectacular every game. And bro,
Yep.
he is very hot and cold in my opinion. Like,
Yep.
and that's just not a winning formula. So yeah, it was a crazy game. Like that decision to travel on Thursday is insane. Like the max I think you could travel is Wednesday. So traveling on Thursday is wild.
Yeah.
So that's what they get, and it just opens up that division even more. So it's gonna be fun time.
Why are the Cowboys running this like read option stuff?
With a backup running back, mind you.
No, like when were the Cowboys ever good at this stuff?
Literally, like rookie year Dak when he
So
was
like
younger
7 years
and
ago?
prior the ankle injury was the
Okay,
last time I think they were an effective read option team.
he made it. He made it. Never mind. All right, 21-10 Dallas. Yo, off topic.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the Joe Budden criticism of Drake's album?
I didn't actually hear the criticism, but I heard the response. And based on the response, what I think the criticism was, I agree. But if you could let me know what the criticism was, I'd love to hear it.
Nah, basically Budden's saying like you're 36 rapping for kids. Like he's criticizing the fact that his rap hasn't evolved, which I think is a valid criticism. And Drake is
Yeah.
just hurt by it. Like Drake's not wrong for calling Joe Budden a failed rapper and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's not wrong, but like none of that negates what Budden was saying. And
So
I find like the differing reactions to the criticism funny. Like regardless
yeah.
of how you feel about Drake dictates like how you feel about what Joe Budden said. And I'm like, bro, like you can acknowledge Drake makes raps for kids, but is also like one of the most successful rappers ever.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Basically, like I agree with the criticism. I think it's kind of weird for Drake to be making songs for people that I don't think he's actually in touch with, because I don't think he can possibly be in touch with like what the average kid is going through or who they are, or like like and that's my thing about it is like I don't even like I think he's making music for kids, but I don't think he actually understands them. Like he's making music for what he thinks kids would want to hear. Like it feels
Yeah.
really detached. It doesn't feel authentic at all. And yeah, I just think like I don't know. I think the whole like I think Drake's gone through like a character evolution in like the last 3 years that's just really really corny, because like earlier in his career, like the jokes were always kind of like how soft and sappy he was, and like
Mhm.
whatever, right? Do your thing. But like it's a lot of his music now has become it's become like bitches ain't shit music, and it's just like this is a kind of a really really weird like character arc.
Yeah.
It's like we've all kind of been around somebody like this or have encountered this kind of a character of somebody who is like, let's say somebody who, a pretty like, like kind of a hopeless romantic kind of a figure who goes through a couple of negative experiences and then hates women for the rest of his life. And it
Uh-huh.
just feels like Drake is so openly like leaning into that character arc. And I just think it's really corny. And I think he's almost like a lot of his music or a lot of what I've heard recently, especially the song with like, I think it was SZA or Summer Walker. I forget who it was with, but it just feels like, I don't know. He's just like an angsty, he's, it's like he's trying to be an angsty 20-year-old, but he's 36 and it's weird. I
Yeah.
just really don't enjoy it. It doesn't feel like I'm listening to a real person making music that's like really how they feel. Because really, like ultimately, I think like that's the best music, whether you're able to channel how you feel or channel how somebody else feels that you're able to relate to or connect to. Like that's the best music. But like when you're someone who I think is just channeling things that you haven't actually experienced or like you're observing and then trying to channel into your music, it's weird. I don't like it. Um, I haven't really like enjoyed a lot of Drake for a good minute now. And the criticism of like, because from what I heard, right, I saw some criticisms along the line of like you should kind of grow up in your rap and like your like what the content of your music, but then also like there's the thing of like as the biggest artist in the world or close to it or in that sphere, I don't understand why Drake doesn't feel like he has the ability to dictate in terms of like, I'm going to make music for me. And given how successful I am and how much of like people's ears I have, I'm just gonna let like like I'm gonna be the person that sets a trend. I'm gonna be a person that dictates the kind of sound that's in or like stuff like that. It feels
Mhm.
like he's kind of just trying to fit into stuff. Um, and yeah, I just think it's all really corny. So again, I haven't actually heard the Joe Budden criticism, but from what I heard about what Drake had to say, it feels like Joe Budden probably hit the nail on the head. And I think even the response was corny too. Um, like I feel like everything that he said about Joe Budden, he said before, like when they were like beefing or whatever before, like you've said a lot
Yeah.
of the same stuff. You're not actually addressing what the other person said. And this is like when I see people who have a conflict, the first person that I think moves away from the conversation and then fails to address the last person's points and tries to take it somewhere else, that's the person I look at. I'm like, you lost because you couldn't actually respond to what the conversation was. You had to
Mhm.
take this somewhere else. So that's how I feel about Drake's response of like, you had to take this somewhere else because you can't actually respond to what he said. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
All right,
I get
guys, I'm gonna go to sleep over it, so I will catch you guys tomorrow.
All right.
So,
All right.
Peace,
See you later,
Surfer.
Surfer.
see you guys.
There you go, Surfer.
Bro, the thing with Drake is like he's been on this downward trajectory for a while though. Like
Yeah.
since Views, bro, he's been 0 for 7. Legit. Like every album has been a miss. It's like it's just no, it's not it. But I guess that's what happens with artists. Like people, they a lot of them are really good early on, and people just have such a good high expectation that they don't meet. And like at the end of the day, Joe Budden is kind of also like a fan because he's like a fan of music, right? He needs
Yeah.
more from him, so
He's been a
he's
long
just not
time
getting
vocal
that.
supporter of Drake. So that's another key context to this whole thing of like, he's always expressed how much he likes Drake. This is not a hater speaking, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, so like, right? So like as a fan, when you're like you want your artist to do well, like I'll say it like obviously separate the art from the artist. Like I love Kanye's music. So
Yeah.
like he hasn't produced a good album in a while and like I've voiced my opinion on that. So I guess it's no different from that, but when you have a platform like that, obviously it's going to get a lot more attention
Yeah.
than other people.
Yeah. But yeah, Peter, what do you think?
To be honest, I just don't see why the criticism that like Drake's scope of like things he raps about or chooses to discuss. I don't see why that criticism is so harshly met. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's a more like when you feel like one of your longtime supporters is being vocally critical of you, it probably hurts more.
Yeah.
Like I think it only stings Drake because like deep down, oh, that's going to be a touchdown. Just kidding, got forced out at the 10. I don't know.
Wow, Ayuk
seems,
is insane.
seems like it hurts his feelings. but
Oh,
it's
holding
kinda good.
penalty from San Fran wipes that play away.
Oh, just kidding.
Damn.
Yeah, I hear you. That probably like is a big part of it. And also like the thing is from the sounds of it, based on what Joe Budden said, he said all this before. He said all this shit around after views as well. None of this is new. And I think like if anything, the take or like Joe Budden's take is a little bit more popular now. Because around the time he was saying a lot of this, he was talking about views, which like all things considered is probably like still a pretty well received album as a whole. So I think that more or less made Joe Budden the butt of the joke. But now the very same take is more or less what people feel. And
Wow,
yeah.
let's go, Debo.
He scored? What happened?
Come on.
Take my eyes
No,
off the stream.
huge play. Huge play. Huge play.
True.
You're ahead,
Okay.
buddy.
True. But yeah, I think Drake doesn't know how to handle the fact that this is something he's heard before and he dismissed, and he successfully dismissed it and was able to carry on with life. And now he's meeting the same criticism, and I don't think he'll have as easy of a time dismissing it. That probably brought about like not a moment of crisis, but a moment of like, oh shit, what do I do now? And I'm just gonna lash out.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Damn, so Dallas is going to be like, they're going to be limited to being a wild card team.
They're going to be 3-2, 2 games behind Philadelphia.
They're going to be a wild card team, so they're going to be the 5th seed.
Yeah, the 5th seed.
They
probably
haven't lost to Philly yet, right?
Who?
Dallas hasn't lost to Philly yet.
No, they play Philadelphia in a few weeks, actually, like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, man, they're going to be the 5th seed. And they're going to play the NFC South again. Fuck.
I mean, shit, man. Bucks
Baker
versus
Mayfield
Cowboys,
the
run it back, but it's Baker this time.
Yep. It's Baker or Desmond Ritter or Derek Carr.
Yikes! Fucking yikes! Put that shit on Monday night again, though. Put that shit on Monday night because it's Dallas. You got to put that market on Monday night, and you have to make sure Dallas has a short week for a divisional round playoff game because that shit makes sense. But as somebody who wants them to like actively is rooting for their failure, I love it. It's a great concept.
They need to do with the Monday night playoff game, man. They really do.
100%. But except for when Dallas is playing, it should actually be only a thing if they're playing.
Hey, man.
Kittle touchdown number 3.
Blatant cheating.
C-Mac?
We love that.
No, Kittle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's his
George.
3rd touchdown, bro.
Let's go.
He didn't have any touchdowns before this game, and then now he's got like a season's worth already, or like 5 weeks worth.
Let's go.
Damn.
Needed that. The under's done, but hey, you know, it's fine. My
Under on
fantasy
points?
team, I bet like $2 on the under. But
Okay.
like all my other parlays are doing really well, and my fantasy team is doing really well. So,
but yeah, Joel got in the chat, hopped in and said 5-0. How are we feeling? We're feeling good, man. We're feeling good. I think that was probably the best game that I saw the Eagles play thus far. Still wasn't perfect. Still were things that needed to be cleaned up. But it's pretty interesting how much the game changed when we played Bradley Roby, the guy we signed to play nickel corner. For those who aren't familiar with what happened with the Eagles, in training camp, our backup nickel corner tore his Achilles. And then at the beginning of week 2, our starting nickel corner got a pec injury that ruled him out for the year. So thus far in the season, we've kind of tried to navigate not having a nickel corner with different ways. And most of it didn't work. So we signed a guy off the street that was a starting nickel for the Saints last year. First drive of the game against the Rams, they shred our defense through the slot because we're playing an undrafted player there. Cooper Kupp has like 5 catches for 60 yards, and it's just all bad. And then the plan was the guy we signed, Bradley Roby, to work himself back into football shape and then learn the defense and maybe play next week, but gets thrown right into the game. And from that point onwards, the Rams only scored 1 touchdown. So hopefully that's a trend that continues. Hopefully that's no longer a thing we have to constantly figure out how to like cope with being bad in like that part of the field. Yeah, hopefully we can like it's onwards and upwards from this point onwards. But man, he played well. The Rams, like generally, I like what the Rams have going on. Now, the Rams look decent for the most part prior to this week, and they didn't have Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp looked good as fuck. Like he does not look rusty at all. Him and Puka together, they're actually gonna do numbers. So I'm glad that we got Cooper Kupp in week 1. As he gets going and gets better, that offense is only gonna get better. That team, I think, is like I have a hard time envisioning them not making the playoffs because the NFC is not that good, and also like they have a lot more firepower than a lot of teams. So yeah, I think they're probably gonna make the playoffs. They're a good team, and we played really well. If we could just figure out play calling in the red zone, that game could have been like 35-14 at some point at the beginning of the 4th, or like around then. So yeah, bro, Joel, amazing result today. I definitely that was a tone setter for my Sunday evening. All was good. Trying to see if there's any other games that we should really get to. We talked about Jags Bills. Texans Falcons. I don't know if there's anything much to say about that other than just like I think Ritter finally had a defense he could throw against. Yo, do you guys know Ritter's 31-0 at home in his NFL and college career?
Yeah,
where'd he go to school?
Cincinnati.
Okay, who cares?
That's just like just a silly number. Like, how do you end up 31-0? That's just like I can't wait for that shit to break. I can't wait for that shit to break.
It's happening soon. Don't worry.
It's absurd that it's come this far for a player like him. That's one of the flukiest streaks ever.
We could talk about the Vikings.
In what sense?
Do our weekly Viking segment.
Okay, cool. Before we get to that, I'm just gonna say I thought Travis Kelce tore his Achilles, and then he was playing in the second half. And then I was like, well, never mind. That was crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
you can start the Viking segment.
Another game they lost by 1 score.
Oh, fact. 0-4 now, I think.
Yes. You
or
are
maybe
correct.
1-4. 1-4 because Carolina they did win by 1 score. So they were 11-0 in 1-score games last year, and they're 1-4 this year.
Yes, yeah, they did.
I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
But yeah, man, it's the luck was crazy last year. Now it's really bad this year. Now Justin Jefferson's hurt, and they come into the red hot Chicago Bears next week.
So, Chicago Bears with a 1-game winning streak, baby. Let's go.
Hey, one's a streak, bro. 1-0 in our last 1 game. So hey, that's all that matters. But I hope Justin Jefferson doesn't play. Then we can go 2-3. But I think we should beat them either way. But man, do they look bad? And
I do not understand how they're favorites on the road. I cannot understand that at all.
Wait, they're favorites.
They're favorites in Chicago as of right now. The early odds by like 3.5 as well on the road.
I think that's going to swing massively, though.
It's going to swing massively, but as of right now, check the early odds.
We're going deep, baby.
Take it, man. Come on, let's ride with the Bears, man. Come on.
Yo, bear the fuck down,
the
bro.
Cowboys threw a pick.
Intercepted.
Bro, it is same shit, different day. Cowboys are playing a big game and they're fucking up in different ways. Same shit, different day. Also, here's my thing, right? Quick point about the Cowboys. Did Mike McCarthy not spend the whole offseason talking about how they're gonna run this shit out of the ball and like all this talk about body blows and like, yo, we have to have we seen that yet? Is that a thing? Because I feel like they're the same fucking offense.
The first big game really they had to try and do this whole body blow bullshit. They came out running, passing the ball 8 out of the first 10 times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just that's just lets you know all about the fucking Cowboys and Mike McCarthy. That guy should
Body
get
blow shit
fired,
is
man.
dumb, man.
He deserves to get fired.
Nah, man. Mike McCarthy in, bro. Keep him there forever.
Oh, I mean, yeah. In that case, yeah.
Yeah, bro. That was the remember. I was going through the lines at the beginning of the stream. Vikings right now -3.5 on the road. Craziness to me, right? And then I think there was something else that stood out. That's kind of wild. Never mind. Maybe not.
But no,
Eagles are 6-point favorites against the Jets on the road, right? So
I'm
we're playing the Jets.
absolutely,
What's that?
absolutely taking Bears money line next week.
For sure.
That's my dog. That's my
For
dog.
It's not even because I
Come on.
especially believe in Chicago. Like, if Minnesota's best receiver is not healthy,
Yeah.
I just don't see how this happens. Like,
And it's the Bears coming off a bye week, so extra rest, and we'll have our entire secondary back.
I mean,
So,
if the Bears have just decided to start pushing the ball down the field, I think they'll be fine. Because the Vikings defense isn't as good as the Commanders defense.
Yeah.
it isn't.
The Vikings
have a worse
defense
pass
is
rush.
actually dog shit. It's actually so bad. They just have Brian Flores. But like it should be one of the worst in the league. Or like it should be the worst. Just Brian Flores is like a floor raiser. So random fact about the Vikings defense, they lead the league in blitzes and 8-man coverages. So like they basically only do those two things. It's like the quirkiest play calling, but like he's managing somehow with the dog shit personnel that they have.
The
Bro,
Cowboys are
like-
playing the Chargers next week.
Vikings,
Kellen Moore revenge game. Kellen Moore revenge game.
bro, the Vikings are actually gonna if things go like they are right now,
Yeah.
they'll end up having a top 5 pick, and
Yep.
they'll probably draft a QB for Jefferson.
They
which I don't
guaranteed will
want.
draft a QB because one, it's time to pay Jefferson. They already have their number 2 wide receiver on a rookie deal. If they can get a quarterback on their rookie deal, then you can pay Jefferson 35 and not even have to look twice. Mind you, they should be paying him 35 and not looking twice regardless, but NFL front offices are stupid. So I think that's how it'll work. Also, they did the weirdest shit in the world by announcing that Kirk Cousins was going to be a free agent at the end of this year before the year, which is just a really weird way of going about things. But we know Kirk is out of there.
No
We know they're
leverage.
going to have a high pick. We know there's quarterbacks in the draft. They're drafting a quarterback. It's cash money. It's like how we knew the Colts were going to draft a quarterback at 4 the whole way through. We know the same thing about the Vikings.
Yeah, that shit doesn't make no sense to me, man. Like, it's so weird.
Oh man,
But hey, man, more power to them, bro. They
have we
need to keep
discussed
fucking up.
the Giants much?
No, not at all. We haven't got on the Giants at all.
I think they're the most. Them and the Panthers are the most fucked teams. Like, I think moving forward.
I agree. I was looking at the Daniel Jones deal, like at the numbers, the guarantee. It's definitely possible to get out of that. Like, so in year 3 of the deal, there's only 22 mil dead if you cut him. So he's gone year 3. It's like they have to put up with one more year of Daniel Jones. The thing is, right? Like, if they finish, I mean, probably will, but like them finishing with a top 5 pick and being in a position to draft a quarterback, right? Like, do you think that GM puts his pride aside and drafts the quarterback?
Absolutely not, Chief. He gets fired if they finish with a top 5 pick.
Oh, so then the new GM comes in and drafts a quarterback for sure then.
Yep.
Yeah. So then you just have to eat like 1 year of looking at it like, yo, we have a rookie quarterback that should be promising, but we have to fucking pay Daniel Jones to be like a grumpy backup. Which sucks.
What if they don't have a top 5 pick? Maybe they just let it rock for one more year and then clean house and they can cut Daniel Jones.
Probably.
I don't
But
know much about the 2025 draft class.
Yeah, me neither. My thing is like I'm just trying to wonder what the avenues are for them to not have a top 5 pick. Let me look at the schedule. So they're gonna get baptized by the Bills next week. That's 1-5.
Probably, yeah.
Then we'll see what happens. All right. So after 1-5, they have a home game against the Commanders. Now I do think that they play the Commanders well, and also the Commanders are shit too. So like that could be a win.
Maybe.
They play Zach Wilson at home afterwards. Like, it's Zach Wilson. That could be a win. They then play the Raiders in Vegas, which is gonna be like a de facto home game. Like the Raiders are dog shit. It could be a win.
Yeah, they're not winning all those though. They're probably winning one of them.
Definitely not. So then they play the Cowboys. That's a loss. That's a slap as well. Then they play the Commanders and Patriots. I mean, again, two not good teams. They then have a bye week, and then they have the Packers, the Saints, the Eagles, the Rams, and then the Eagles again.
I'm so upset at watching these teams just catch the ball, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a random guy catching the ball. So a lot of random guys have caught the ball in this game, which is probably not fun to watch. But bro, Jalen Reagor, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and Nelson Aguilar still give me nightmares.
Hey man, it is what it
That's
is.
a horrid wide receiver trio.
Bro,
Oh
yes,
my
those
God.
guys all got drafted in rounds 1 and round 2. Like, dog, Howie Roseman has had some disgusting draft picks.
I'll be honest though, like I think missing at receiver
Yeah.
is not as damaging for like your entire football team if you can do other shit well.
I mean, yeah, like this GM's like basically his saving grace has always been he can get the trenches right. So that's basically like that's been a bridge for him while he's fucked other parts of the team up consistently, and then like he found a way to figure them out as time went on.
But no, like for example, if you can't get either line correct, or if you can't find a quarterback, like you're just not going to have a job.
That's true. That's true. And that's the weird thing in like Philadelphia is like you can't really even say that there's been a lot of years in Philadelphia over the last 20 years where there's been elite quarterback play, but we'll fucking find a way to have a quarterback and then trade him for like value as well. Like I've seen this team trade Kevin Cobb for a starting corner and a second round pick. I've seen them trade Sam Bradford for a 14th overall pick, and I've seen them trade Carson Wentz for a first and third round pick. We'll find a way to get value out of the quarterback position and find a quarterback. It will happen by hook or by crook. So like it's a pretty good thing to have in like your back pocket as a franchise, as in like the quarterback position will never be dire.
Yeah.
At all. Like nobody understood why we drafted Jalen Hurts when they had Carson Wentz, and then like everything made sense within a matter of months.
Yo, the Cowboys are really getting smoked.
Yeah, this is an ass whooping.
Yeah, I was hoping this would be competitive.
Same. I think this
I knew it was going to be. Bro, the Cowboys are not good offensively.
Oh, yo. Shout out to that guy in your fantasy league that bet on the Cowboys. That guy's a wild boy.
$300.
That guy's a wild boy.
I wonder what he thought he knew. I didn't think they're going to win, but I was hoping for a competitive game.
Nah. So he's like, yo, listen, I got 300 on the Cowboys tonight, so I'm going to end up benching Ayuk. I don't want to root for that motherfucker. I don't care if I lose this match. And I just comment back, that's wild. And next thing you know, he hits the group chat back with a hell nah, defense going crazy today. This is not going crazy. This does not count as going crazy.
This is going to be this fucker's fourth touchdown. Is that Juszczyk?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. They're going to push him into the end zone. No, he's short. Damn it.
Damn, we're really out here robbing fullbacks of touchdowns, man. Just let him score. You're down 28-10. It's over.
That's Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens, Kyle Juszczyk, baby. On the bright side, they tried. The boys gave everything.
For real.
Hey, random fact. I have a Kyle Juszczyk jersey.
Ravens or Niners?
Niners?
College? Okay. I was gonna ask how.
Why do you have one?
I have a black East Tech jersey because I had a bet with my friend, and I in the 2019 NFC Championship with the Packers and the Niners, and I was like, the Niners are gonna beat the shit out of the Packers, and they're gonna do that by running the ball. He's like, no, they're
Yeah.
not. He's like, I'll give you a Kyle Juszczyk jersey if they do. And I was like, sure.
That's when
Wait,
they
was
threw it
there?
like 8 times and they beat them.
That was the one when Mostert ran for 200 yards.
Yeah, they only threw it like 8 times the whole game or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, was there anything else? Like, was there a different side of the bet? Because like, didn't Ahmed do this with you as well? And I was like telling Ahmed on stream, like, why would you take a
Yeah,
bet?
I
When there's
think-
no other side of it.
I think I had to I had to buy a Packers jersey and then wear it. for,
Okay.
like,
Yeah, that
something.
probably would have hurt
Yeah.
you to do. I get it. I mean, fuck it, man. At least you won.
Yep. It's a nice jersey, to be fair. Like it's a black Niners jersey.
Oh, okay.
That's dope.
I also have a Juju Smith-Schuster Steelers jersey, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah, well, that guy's about to be out of the league, so.
Facts.
He's on 3-year, $25 million, man.
Yeah, and he's
I
already
mean, shout out Belichick for handing him that deal.
He's not terrible, you know. He's just like,
He's never healthy anymore.
yeah.
He's basically like a guy in the slot that, like, if you need 5 yards, you can probably get it for sure, but you better not need much more than 5 yards.
Yeah.
Yo, next week's schedule is so washed. They had the opportunity to flex a 1 o'clock game to 4 to get more eyes on it, and they picked Lions Buccaneers.
That's horrible.
What?
It's that washed, bro. The schedule's bad. We got Eagles Jets at 4 o'clock. Fun fact about that: I think that's the only matchup in the NFL that's undefeated. The Jets have never beat the Eagles in the history of football on this planet. So Zach Wilson's going to try to break that. I don't think he will. The Jets also already won this week, so I don't think that's a team that wins back-to-back games. So fuck the Jets. I'm trying to see the Eagles' tendons and ligaments go up against the MetLife turf. That's the matchup I'm trying to watch. So we'll see how that goes.
McCaffrey, you fucking bastard. You're supposed to make it, man. What the hell?
Hey, man, he got 3 more tries.
I hope the world is watching to look at the Cowboys' offensive line and defensive line, like, just like be shown that they're not levels, because people gas those units a lot and they're good, but they're not nice like that.
Didn't they
They
just
can-
draft Mozzie Smith in the first round?
Yeah, who like is not particularly good at this point, which is okay because
Is he even playing?
He was on this snap where Juszczyk just scored.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thanks for letting me know.
You asked just literally as he scored, so I was like, fuck it, here it goes. Oh, they just cut to a hilarious looking Cowboys fan.
He's on
Hey,
the
man,
phone.
Van Der Esch, man, hold that, man.
That
I
Cowboys
don't know
fan's
why.
probably
I don't
That's-
like that guy.
that Cowboys fan's probably calling a fucking Uber or something.
100%. Yeah, at this point, just beat traffic.
One of my friends drove up to Levi Stadium and is taking Monday off to drive back from this game. He's a
Is
Cowboys
he a
fan.
Niners fan?
He's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, I hate that for him.
Drove 5 hours up there for this game today. Got like he's staying on a friend's couch, and then has to drive back tomorrow.
Man, that's nasty.
Yeah, that long drive after an L, that can't feel good.
It's not even like losing. It's seeing your team lose. It's like just seeing your team get completely washed. It has to be like, fuck.
I mean, I think he literally had one play to cheer about, which was the touchdown. Other than that, it's been all bad.
Yeah, man, this isn't good. I kind of feel for the Cowboys, man. No, I don't. I'm lying. I don't care. I think maturing and growing up is realizing you don't have to invest negative energy into the Cowboys unless you're like a fan of a division rival,
And even then,
because they're just not gonna win.
that's the thing. It's like, it was fun for a while, And like now I kind of don't really feel all that much anymore. It's kind of like with the Lakers, right? Like I used to grow up hating the Lakers with a passion. And then like the Jeremy Lin Lakers happened and I was like, "Oh, like this hate has been like satiated. Like I'm
Yeah.
good now. I got what I
Yep.
wanted. I can just move on normally with my life."
Right.
See, I'm kind of the same way with the Packers, but like
Yeah. You need
I'm
more.
st-
I feel like you need more.
I need more.
No, the thing is though, the Packers be whooping the Bears' ass pretty much every time, so I get why you hate them so much.
I honestly like for me, I hate like I don't. Gives me more joy them seeing them lose than us win. If that makes sense.
See, that's the level of hatred that you've just stooped to, which I can understand.
Like for the last like 5 years, even when we were good in 2018, like my Super Bowl, like my biggest moment of the year was watching them lose in the NFC Championship to the 49ers every year.
Puts on his use check jersey,
Fuck
Bro,
it,
like
man.
opens up FanDuel, and bro, it's a great day for him.
it was so awesome, man. Like seeing all the hype and then just going up to Lambeau and losing, then losing to the Brady Buccaneers when Rasul Douglas blew the coverage to Scotty Miller for the touchdown on 4th down at the end of the first half. I still remember it like
Yeah.
like it was yesterday because I watched that play like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yo, I think it's hilarious how like Aaron Rodgers was always food at home in NFC Championship games. It is funny.
He's always food at home in playoffs.
Regardless, you're right. You're right. Like nobody like because I remember like Donovan McNabb got a lot of shit for losing NFC Championship games, but like Rodgers has a worse record.
You know what the crazy thing is? Patrick Mahomes has a bigger NFL legacy than Rodgers, but that's
I mean, he's got 2 Super Bowls. Like,
hey, if Brock Montana, you know, shout out the 49ers, if he gets to the NFC Championship, then he'll have the same amount of NFC championships as Rodgers. So
I mean, he got there
Hey,
last
man.
year and tore his arm, but they weren't going to win anyway, so it don't matter.
it's so fun, man. And I follow like a lot of NFC North stuff because like I like to keep in the loop. So
Yeah.
Packers fans pop up on my TO, and the amount of hype I saw going into this,
yeah,
like especially with how like we talked about how the Packers players were hyping up Jordan Love and how he's this ass.
yeah,
It's so fun. It's actually
Yeah.
so fun. They're in such a bad situation.
yep.
Oh, they're dropping passes too. Let's go, baby.
It's lit. It's
Let's
lit.
go, CD
Oh,
Lamb. Let's
CD,
go.
come on, dog.
Hey, it's not just us. Here we go.
But yeah,
Michael
so
Parsons is frustrated.
yo, the way things are looking, right? Eagles Niners. When is that? Because that's going to be a huge game. That
That game's gonna happen twice a year.
week 13. Week 13, 4:00, December 3rd.
Oh,
We
that's a
will be
pick.
there.
That is a pick. That's a bad decision by Dak.
Yo, this is going to be 42-10, dog. And there's still potential for more.
They're gonna give up 50 points.
Oh my God. The Cowboys had the best point differential heading into this game, I think, in the
Not
league
anymore.
or close.
Not
But-
anymore.
That is gone.
Come on down, Miami Dolphins. I'm assuming. Actually, no, they lost by 30 last week, so that's wrong.
Oh shit. Even after as a 3-2 team, the Bills actually are second in line. The Bills, hold on, the Niners might have it after this. Oh, the Niners are gonna have it.
Yes.
The Dolphins' point differential is only plus 46 as a team that caught a body by 15 or by 50. So hold up. Take that game aside. Miami would be 3-1 with a -4 point differential.
Yeah, but they also lost by 28.
Yeah, that's what it was. They got smacked by Buffalo. Oh shit. Hold up. Yo, is this the guy with the double last name? Oh, it's
Probably.
not. Fuck.
Yo, nobody touched him. What the hell?
Oh my god.
Yo,
Jordan
a
Mason.
random running back started rushing for a touchdown, and I literally like was trying to learn his name on the play. We don't know who these people are, people.
Well, guys, I wish this was at one point it was 21-10, and then I don't really know what happened.
Oh my God, he has 59 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown.
This
Who
guy
is this
Mason.
guy?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I have a random Niners backup in my dynasty league just because I figured like, fuck it, man. Everybody in the Niners running back room eats at some point.
This guy was
Shout out,
undrafted, bro.
shout out Jeff Wilson. You guys remember when Jeff Wilson used to randomly go for like 100?
Yeah.
His scheme is crazy, man.
Dude, that fucker and Raheem Mostert, man. Fuck.
Yo, they put anybody in this backfield, and then they'll go get 6 yards of carry, and then they traded a whole draft class for CMC, and it worked. Wild shit goes on in San Francisco at the running back position.
You know what the craziest thing is? I think this doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah,
The Niners spent 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick to draft Trey Lance, and with the last pick of that draft, they got their franchise quarterback. Like that's just insane.
And then they traded Lance for a 4th-round pick. And basically, that's probably the fuck up in their like, not the fuck up because they're fine, but like if they had the ability to spend that draft capital that they traded away on Trey Lance on the team, and like let's say they stuck it out with Garoppolo and then just happened to draft Purdy and they stumbled into Purdy, that would be like, okay, they have the best team hands down in the NFL. The thing about this Niners team that I don't think they've run into yet, like I still don't think their offensive line is all that as a pass blocking unit. And I think if a team can get ahead of them and they can, they're not able to get into their play action bag like that, I think what happened to Purdy could happen again. Because like if everybody, when they talk about the NFC Championship game, they talk about like Purdy got hurt. And understandably, that should be a big part of the conversation about that game. But bro, their offensive line got smoked all game. Their defensive line got smoked most of the game. Most of that game was played under the pretense that the Eagles were going to run the ball. The Niners knew that we were going to run the ball. We knew we were going to run the ball. Everybody watching the game knew that the Eagles were going to run the ball, and we still ran for 200. Like, I just think that the Niners lines are good compared to like most of the teams in the NFL. But the way the Eagles beat them up in the trenches in that game, I just want to see them bounce back from it before I actually take them like seriously in that part of the field. Obviously, I respect a lot of the other stuff they have going on. Their weapons are dangerous. Their linebackers are amazing. Their secondary is pretty good. But like, I still think they might get their ass beat in the trenches when they run into Philadelphia. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, week 13, December 3rd, really big game.
Yeah, bro. The thing is, right? Like the Eagles have like 2 players in each position on the defensive line that can just rotate and like maybe not play to the same level, but play to a decent enough level.
Hey man,
the Niners don't have that.
Yeah,
we're about to
they
get
don't.
Trey Lance minutes.
Wait, is Trey Lance in the game?
I hope so. Probably not.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Trey Lance against his former team.
Down, yo, you know what I need? I need Trey Lance to score a touchdown, and then I need them to recreate that iconic Chris Paul clip of like Trey Lance throws a huge touchdown to cut the lead to 25. We need that. We need that. Yeah, like so for the Eagles, right? Like offensively, we played Aaron Donald today with a backup guard, just a random guy, and Aaron Donald didn't do shit. Now, mind you, he doesn't have a lot of help. But that's what I was looking at for this game. I thought that was a big matchup that we didn't have our right guard. We're playing a random guy, and they have Aaron Donald. And bro, he was effectively taken care of. And I feel good about our guard depth now and our center depth. I still think our tackle depth is really suspect. So like that could be like an injury that really alters the path of our season. But yeah, man, I feel good about us in the trenches. Like, I haven't seen this version of the Eagles lose a game that they haven't just tricked off because of stupidity. So I just got to see somebody beat us before I believe it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. For sure, that makes sense.
Bro, Jalen Hurts was 16-2 last year, and he's 5-0 this year. He's on a run of 21-2. And again, the 2 games we just tricked the games off. The Super Bowl and the game against Washington last year. Like, unless we do stupid shit, I just genuinely believe that we'll beat everybody.
Oh, that's facts. That's facts.
Dak's going back out there. Boo.
Yo, that's so shit, man. What the hell?
Boo.
This is not a good vibe.
Give
Trey
me
Lance would
Peter.
have been way
Give
more
me
fun.
Peter. Give me drama.
Facts. Can you imagine, Peter? Imagine this: Trey Lance steps onto the football field, and the whole crowd gets to their feet and starts clapping. He gets a standing ovation. He gets the most sarcastic standing ovation ever.
Jesus.
Yo, Trey Lance gets into the huddle, and the whole crowd quiets down to help him.
Trey Lance throws a touchdown. People cheer.
Facts.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go Cowboys. Let's go pad these stats, baby.
Facts.
You think about it, it's only a 4-score game, guys. We can do this.
Istanbul.
Yep. You got to score like right now, though.
Oh my God.
Don't say anything. Don't say
All right, they
anything.
didn't score.
What is this?
It's not good, Chief.
Oh my God.
Okay, my fault. I drank some.
Yo, Trey Lance, come on, give me Trey Lance or give me death, man. What the hell?
He threw it right to him.
Yes, that's a backup linebacker too. That's
No,
not
even
even
if the
their guy.
linebacker's not making the play, they're not catching that ball. Look at how the
Bro.
slot was covered.
Can I say,
Yeah,
Brandon
go ahead.
Cooks has had 3 targets. All 3 of them have been picks.
yo, that's a
It's not
crazy
even his fault
stat.
though. Like
That's
let's
a
be honest.
crazy stat.
That's hilariously
You know,
unlucky. Like
Yo, he wears number
I've
3
been
too,
noticing
man.
this because I have the what's his face Brandon Cooks unders today. So I'm watching every play. I'm just watching him. And
Yeah.
every time he's been targeted, all 3 picks.
That's crazy. Yo, Dallas, I was looking forward to this, man. What the hell? Yo, whatever it is, the NFL will find a way to not deliver on primetime.
yeah, this was supposed to be a good
At
game.
least a primetime overhit, man. For the first time this season.
Yo, Chargers, Cowboys, Monday Night Football next week. Make it happen. Because we know that Denver, Kansas City on Thursday night is going to be dog shit. And we know Giants, Bills is going to be dog shit too. Monday night, it's all on you. I wish the Browns had Nick Chubb so that I could even loosely talk myself into them maybe doing something against San Francisco at home next week, but that's not happening.
Yeah, probably not.
That injury really sucks for them because I feel like their defense is actually respectable this year.
Yeah.
And then Nick Chubb's knee says, "Fuck that shit. We're still going to be ass."
It is what it is.
Bro, that's the game. The game of the NFL is staying healthy. I think watching what happens with the Eagles roster this year in terms of health and ligament tears like ACLs and Achilles, it'll be interesting to see what happens because starting last year, they basically started practicing a lot less and just injury managing as a whole anybody who plays a lot of minutes gets a practice day off every single week. We practice like way less than other teams in training camp. We did no snaps for the starters in preseason. And the whole idea is just like, look, we're going to start slow, but we're going to leave a lot of tread on the tires for our players. And like, we plan to play deep into January. So it'll work itself out. And look, last year, we were pretty healthy. Like in the Super Bowl, we had 21 of our 22 starters. And then this year, like, we have a couple guys, like we had a linebacker that missed 4 weeks. We have a right guard that's going to miss 4 weeks, but still, like, up to this point, so far so good in terms of like the non-contact injuries and the really like the wear and tear injuries. Our slot corner that's out for the year, it was an impact injury. He just got like his pec fucked up because somebody hit his shoulder a certain way. Like, obviously you can't control that kind of shit, but like the Eagles have kind of like leaned really far into the idea that like if we can just keep talented guys on their like off their feet when we really don't need them to just be practicing and hitting each other and just like putting wear and tear on their bodies for no reason, we're going to do that.
This backup running back is sick. What the hell?
He's
actually kind of cold. Yo, Elijah Mitchell isn't playing either. Like, this is their third string, and he's kind of cold.
Oh, he's really good, dude. What the hell? Like, that move on that last run, that was a real move.
Oh, Stephen A. Oh, my God. After every single fucking Cowboys loss, I go on Twitter for Stephen A. And he's already posted a video.
Of course he has, man. Fuck. He's got content all week now.
Oh, man.
He's going to be on every show.
Hey, guess what? Before I had a chance to finish the video, damn it, before I had a chance to pass gas, it was 3.
Yo, this guy actually has my dream job, man. He just hates on the Cowboys for a living. I love it.
Funny thing is, Stephen A is a Giants and a Steelers fan. Like, his teams are not much better.
Also, like, how are you a Giants and a Steelers fan? That's hella, like, not NFL-y and, like,
I think his
pretty
dad's
random.
like a Steelers fan, but he's, like, grew up in New York.
He is, like, the most non-New Yorker I've ever met. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I have a very specific image of New Yorkers, but like he's nothing like it.
Are they gonna let Sam Darnold throw the ball?
They should. They should. Fuck it.
Honestly. Are we gonna kick a 57-yarder?
I think they should. Oh shit! Cooper Rush is warming up. Nah, man, what the hell? This is ass. Play Trey Lance.
We need this. Oh wait, Cooper Rush. Oh, okay. So Dak's getting benched, right?
Yeah, Dak's getting benched.
Why do they have 3 quarterbacks active?
Facts. That's not necessary.
Damn it! They false started as they were gonna throw it. Fuck.
Was that McGlinchey as well? No, wait.
McKivitz. Same shit. Same shit. Yo, so Trey Lance is like throwing a football on the bench, but he has his like his baseball hat on.
Yeah.
I think he's warming Cooper Rush up.
Oh, okay. Oh, screenplay to Darn. It's just 1 yard.
How's Trey Lance's hairline that bad?
Yo, he was cursed. He was cursed.
All right, Cowboys, let's not throw a pick this time.
It's a lot to ask for. That's a lot to ask for.
Oh, it's 3 drives in a row, right?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I saw a tweet saying 3 of Dak's last five pass attempts have been picks. So that would have to be that.
Dude, he's been on his Nathan Peterman shit, man. What the hell?
Facts. Yo, where's LaShawn McCoy on Twitter? He's probably eating too.
Bro, it's 9 minutes left in the game, and Shefty's already made a tweet. He's like, after beating the Cowboys, the 49ers now have 14 consecutive regular season wins. Bro's not even waiting, man. This is damn. This is a bad
No need
advert
to,
for
man.
the
This is
league.
Yo, I need to hear from the people that after week 1 and week 2 against Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson crowned the Cowboys defense one of the best ever. Like, I just need to hear from those people. See, bro, Futur would fit into that fan base perfectly. It's a seamless fit. Yo, the Cowboys going into this game had given up 41 points, and they've given up 42 tonight. So that's hashtag not good.
Yes. I'm not really sure what to say about this.
I feel like we've talked out or talked through some of the the more relevant things to speak about, but there's not much else to say. Like, the Cowboys do this shit a lot. The Niners are a good football team. The Niners, everybody who steps into the Niners running back room is nice. Like, it's just what they do. Kittle is still good at football, even though he hadn't caught a touchdown before today. And Mike McCarthy is not real about this running the football shit. That's just what it is. Not much else to say about this game.
Hey man, if you're enjoying this Cowboys slaughter, make sure to like the video, man. Leave a subscription on the channel. Like, just help us out here. Like, what are you doing? We're at 14 likes, man. Yeah, like there's been at least 30 people here for like the past 2 hours. Come on.
Facts. If you're gonna come hang out with us, make sure you subscribe so that you can come hang out with us again. You know, because we do this often. We do this Thursday nights for sure. Oh, sorry, Sunday nights for sure. And if we don't do it on a Sunday night, it'll be a Sunday, afternoon. And occasionally on Thursdays. So we'll be here a lot. I also plan to do other kinds of content midweek at some point. So there's a lot of options. If you enjoyed hanging out with us here for 2 hours and 54 minutes, probably slightly less than that, then subscribe because we're going to be doing this a lot more often.
Someone said Dak Jones. Daniel Jones.
He's not wrong. Not wrong.
Is that Daniel Jones or is that Mac Jones? Like,
ooh,
that's safe.
Yo, Peter asking the tough questions.
Yo, like that. I don't know. That could be a pun for.
Oh yeah, Mac Jones, Dak Jones. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
It could be Mac Jones or Daniel Jones. Either one.
Could be either one. Yeah.
They're all ass. So like, it could be whoever you want, I guess.
Okay, I need a Cooper Rush intentional grounding in the end zone. That's the safety that I think would be the funniest. Yo, has Brandon Cooks done anything since getting traded to the Cowboys aside from like being a magnet for picks today?
No.
Well, that was a waste of a draft pick.
I mean, I didn't even know he was on the Cowboys, so
yeah, that's indicative.
Well,
I mean, he has like. Do you want to know his stats for the season? 8 receptions for 66 yards.
Damn.
He's like what? Wide receiver 4?
He's out there running sprints. He's supposed to be like allegedly 2.
Yeah.
Because then there's Gallup, and then there's kind of like nobody.
Hey man, poor Skip Bayless.
Nah. I feel like it's fair.
All right, I tried.
Or Michael Irvin. How about that? Poor playmaker.
I mean, like, no.
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like whatever you're lacking from your Cowboys fandom, if like Coke is an alternative to you, that is a pretty good alternative.
Yeah, like Michael Irvin's not a loser. He still has the Super Bowls and did all his Coke. Like his life still sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
My bread is still good to make these sandwiches. Let's go, boys.
Hey, also Brandon Cooks has to be like the unluckiest player. I think I'm looking at his career. He was on the Saints from 2014 to 16. That was right before they became good.
Yeah.
He was demolished in the Super Bowl on the
He was
Patriots.
sent to God. He was sent to God by Malcolm Jenkins.
Bro. And then he was on the Texans the last 2 years when they were god awful.
Yeah.
And then now they're good. And now the Cowboys were pretty good before this, and now they're terrible.
Yo, he got traded so many times. I don't know if you guys caught this, but when he was in Houston last year, he straight up said, like, yo, don't trade for me because I'm not showing up. I'm trying to be a free agent for once. Like, he said, like, come on, guys, please. Can you please let me, like, control my own destiny?
So he chose the Cowboys?
Basically.
He chose that no state taxes, baby. That's what he chose.
Yeah, he got a taste of it in Houston. He said, yo, this is the life for me.
Hey, also shout out to Dak, man. He said, I'm not throwing 10 interceptions this season, and he already has 4 in the first 5 weeks.
I mean, like, is 10 interceptions in 17 games a bad thing, though?
How many did he have last year?
Let's see.
Like, bro, if you told me a starting quarterback played 17 games through 10 picks, I'd fucking sign up.
Yeah, I'm
He
taking
had
that.
15 last year.
How many games did he? Oh, he missed games. That's what it was. He didn't play the 17. He played like 9 and threw 15.
He
I
only
think, right?
threw for 2,860 passing yards.
How many games did he play?
9?
How many games did Dak play? He played.
Cooper Rush, I feel like played at least 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe. I think.
He played 12 games. So
15 picks and 12 is like
That's not great.
that. If throwing a pick a game is not good.
That's more than a pick a game, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's even worse than that. But yeah, like,
I don't know. I feel like I could live with a pick a game depending on how productive we are.
Damn.
it's
Bro,
on a scale.
the Niner fans are chanting, "We want Trey." That's wild.
We want what?
We want Trey, like Trey Lance.
Oh, true. Yeah, of course they know the vibes. Is that the guy? Is that the running back with the double last name? Okay, let's go.
Funny thing is, like, Trey Lance isn't even involved in what happened today.
Yep.
He's just going to catch slander.
Nah, he can actually just be like, yo, y'all lost, not me. I wouldn't have thrown 3 picks.
I would 100% be doing that in the locker room.
100%.
Y'all lost by 30. Not me, though.
Has Trey Lance lost a game in San Francisco? Murtaza, I feel like you'd know. Because he lost in Chicago, right? Has he ever lost in San Fran?
I think so.
Damn.
Let
It'd
me
be so
see.
funny if he didn't. It'd be so funny if he's like, bro, I've never lost in this fucking stadium. The hell? Let's see.
This guy threw his fucking 4 touchdowns to his tight end and fullback. What a terrorist.
Actually, though.
He lost versus the Packers, the Seahawks, and
Bro, his record officially is 2-2, like as a starter,
Ooh.
right? So the one loss was against the Bears in Soldier Field.
Oh, man.
Trying to figure out who the other loss is.
I finally got back into the routine of making lunch.
He lost at Arizona.
Oh, bro, he's never lost as a
And-
starter in this stadium. He can say that.
No, he lost against Seattle.
Survive.
He lost against Seattle.
Ah, but I don't. Was he a starter though?
No, that was when Jimmy got hurt.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but he also wasn't a starter today, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, Dak wasn't. He took that out.
Yeah, man, not my L. Let's go.
Facts.
Do you think Cowboys actually like find a way to move on from Dak Prescott?
Nah.
I think it's rough.
Like, is that even possible?
I think the way their season is going to go this year is going to stop it from being possible because he'll be entering the last year of his deal, and you either I don't know, like maybe you ride it out on the last year of his deal, but I feel like a lot of teams would like give their quarterback a small extension in that case, which I expect them to do also because the owner has talked about it before this year, and they're not really they don't have a viable option to move forward because they won't be picking high enough. And there's the best options in free agency or like on the market are going to be Tannehill and Kirk Cousins, and Trey Lance won't be ready yet. So like there's no viable option to move on from Dak. They'll probably give him like a small bumper extension and keep it pushing for next year. And then we'll see what happens next year. My hope is that they pivot to Trey Lance. Like I want that to happen because I don't ever actually want to watch this team have a really good quarterback. So I'm more than
I'm
happy
glad
with
you
that.
said that. I'm glad you said that because I was like, I thought you were teeing up. You want to see Trey Lance because you think he's good. So yeah, that's great.
Nah, bro. Yo, North Dakota State quarterbacks. I'm not a fan.
There you go, man. There you
I'm
go.
just not a fan, man. Like, don't
Shout out
show.
Carson.
You shut up. No, but like Division III football, man. Come on, we can't take those players seriously.
1AA, man. What the hell?
Like at least play in Division II, man.
Imagine if they just had drafted Justin Fields, they would have 3 first-round picks. Or wait, yeah, they would have because they were at 12.
Bro, but you know they
to
were
begin
picking
with.
between. You know they were picking between Lance and Mac Jones, right?
Yeah,
Like those were the
yeah,
two
I
guys
know
they were
that.
deciding between.
Yeah, they let Fields know that as well, like the day before the draft.
Nasty work.
All right, are we kicking a long field goal? Are we going to get some excitement in our lives?
Facts. I feel like we deserve it as fans.
Show me something. Fuck.
We're gonna take it out of the 2-minute warning. Then the Cowboys are gonna get the ball, and then they're gonna have to punt, and then 49ers are gonna take a knee, and my live under is gonna hit.
Let's go, man.
What was your live under for? What point total?
It was 57.5.
Oh yeah, you're good. Cowboys would
Yeah,
have to score a touchdown for like to beat
a
that.
random defensive or special teams touchdown is the only thing that can get you.
Even if they make the field goal, you're at 55, and they're not going to kick a field goal to make it 45-13. At least I hope not.
Yep. They won't. Did Sean McVay do that? Like they were down, like right? I think he did it this year.
Yeah. They were
He
down
did it to
10,
cover.
and they kicked a field goal to only be down 7 at the very end of the game.
And like he covered with that, I think.
They covered with that, and his explanation is that point differential is a tiebreaker at some point. So, like, why would you not? And I was like, I'm fair enough.
Man, you know he was covering somebody's ass on a bet.
100%.
You know he was.
They're going for it on 4th down. Sam Darnold is out here.
Really?
I hope they do play action
Hey
deep
man,
shot.
whose cereal did the kicker piss in? What's going on?
Wow, they ran a toss and lost 3 yards. So Dallas, please show up and just take knees, man. I'm not trying to watch any more football. I'm done.
Nah, man.
Oh, this is not good.
We're pushing
Why?
the ball down the field. Here we go.
Yo, Cooper Rush is not about to hoop. Don't worry.
You never
All
know.
right, man. You better. Okay, Peter, come on, man. Like come on.
I don't
I'm just
believe.
saying, you never know. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
I don't believe.
imagine he just runs out there like Peyton Manning, and just fucking leads it down the field in like 40 seconds.
He's out there audibling every play.
Oh my god.
So they're not taking knees, but they are handing the ball off, and they are getting stuffed.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's clapping for the live under.
And they're fighting. They're fighting. The backups
we
are
love that.
fighting. I can report to you the guys who have not been playing and have lots of energy are fighting.
Hey man, call a penalty on the Cowboys, man. Unnecessary roughness.
There is a flag on the field. Brock Purdy has the earpiece in because I guess he wants to hear the plays that are all running plays. That's nice, I guess.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he had the
Why would
earpiece
he
on
have
the
it?
sideline. You'll probably
But-
see it at some point, but I'm just like,
Yeah, no, I know, but like, why though? For the
That's
defense?
what I'm saying. I don't fucking know, man. Like,
That makes no sense. Yes, it was on the it was on the Cowboys. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
yeah, I'll be real. I think the biggest threat to your thing now is a defensive touchdown. I'm not even joking.
All right, see, like, just relax. See, now you're going too
I'm
far.
dead serious, bro. I think you need them to just hand the ball off and just like call it a day.
Hey, Cooper rushed read option. They fumbled. Niners score.
Fuck you.
I'm not sure why Cooper. I don't think Cooper rushed ever.
Yo, he's in the shotgun. What if the snap goes over his head?
It goes over his head. It's 49-10. The live unders have been dashed at the last second. If something like that happened, I would definitely say like the sports scripted. I don't care what people say.
Yo, who's the play-by-play on this call? Is it Al Michaels? I got the volume real low. I saw some crazy shit about him.
He does the NBC games now.
Well, it's Chris Congress.
Okay, I saw some crazy shit. No, hold up. Oh, it's Tarico. Tarico's the play-by-play. Collinsworth is the color. So yo, I saw some crazy shit about Al Michaels. Apparently, he's never eaten a vegetable in his life, and he only eats steak, and like that's been corroborated by other people. That guy's about to die real soon, man.
That's crazy.
This guy's really living like 1930s mob life.
I mean, I don't think you can from that though. Can you?
I just feel like I don't know. I just don't trust. You haven't eaten a veggie in your whole life. You're probably doing some other wild shit too.
But like, I think like if you do it consistent enough, I think your body gets used to it.
Perhaps, man. I don't know what pseudoscience that comes from, but it might be real. Who knows?
My grandpa's like that. Like he grew up like in a village and stuff. So like he eats like very like rich food, like a lot of like cholesterol and all that stuff. Like you know what I'm like desi food, like really rich food.
Yeah.
But
like
he's 85. He's 85 and he continues to eat that and he's still like, completely fine, nothing, no problems.
Nah, I hear you. Yo, you know what it is though? Like I think the way it works is like there are definitely like tendencies for what types of choices tend to impact certain bodies, but like I think generally like you can hit the genetic lottery and just have a body that's just gonna keep it pushing. Like my grandfather's 90, primarily eats fast food, has a drink every other night, still pretty active. It's bizarre to see, but I have a very hard time making good life decisions while like witnessing him in his life. So like it is what it is.
All right, guys, that means it's the end of the game. I'm gonna cut because I gotta prep for work tomorrow and I gotta get up early. I'll be here whenever we're here next.
All right.
And I don't think I have a game tomorrow, so I can run the stream.
Lit. Okay, people, Sarcasm City, NFL Talks, the other football show on the Kick. We're running that Monday during Monday Night Football, so that's 8 o'clock my time. If you're in the UK, that's probably around 1 a.m. If you're on the West Coast, that's around 5. But yeah, regardless, we will all be there. We will be talking about the football. We will be talking about the game that's going on at the same time. Again, there's 30 people into here. Shout out to all you guys that are still watching. Make sure you like that video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will be here next week, guaranteed on Sunday. We will not be here on Thursday. I will tell you that much. But yeah, stay tuned because I might do a midweek stream about like the trade deadline or something like that. But yeah, tap in. A lot more content coming up. And come fuck with us because these streams are amazing.